Fast, local, reliable.
Get ready to kick off the savings at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. Save $11,000 on new 2020 Sierra or 2020 Envision, $13,000 off at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. New Sierra, $11,000 off. 2020 Envision, $13,000 off. RossDowningHammond.com. RossDowningGonzales.com.
Piku Builder Supply, your one-stop lumberyard, provides an extensive selection of quality building supplies for your new construction and remodeling. We offer computer-aided estimating of your building and remodeling plans, as well as blueprint copies. From humble beginnings to becoming the industry leader in Gonzales and beyond, Piku proudly supports our local community because we believe in giving back to those who have had a hand in our success. Let the experts at Piku Builder Supply help you with your new project today.
You care about your car. So do we. Donaldsonville Glass and Body has been around for over 40 years, providing unparalleled collision repairs and customer service, especially when you and your car are having the worst day ever. When you demand exceptional workmanship, call Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Free pickup for your collision repairs and get it back as good as new. It's your choice, so why not choose the best? Donaldsonville Glass and Body.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
Hi, Monica Arnold, reminding you that your support of EATEL Cares is helping education in our area. Volunteer Ascension is a dynamic organization in our area. Their annual school tools drive gets kids the resources they need to succeed. The EATEL Technology Awards provides laptops for college to deserving seniors. Teachers are awarded cash for resources through our Reach a Kid grants. We could not do it without your patronage. Thanks for supporting EATEL and education.
And we're back. Jeff Borsch with David Swacker, Catholic versus East Ascension. And we'll continue with the national anthem. Performed by the East Ascension Band under the direction of Charles Lee. And the fireworks have concluded, and now we're ready for the captains meeting at midfield. Captain tonight for East Ascension, number 19, Justin Walker. And headed out onto the field on the Catholic side, number 20, George Hart, starting running back for the Catholic High Bears. 2 players will meet at midfield, and Catholic will call it, and we'll let you know how we're going to start this out.
Well, you see how they're going, Jeff. 6 feet apart, only one captain can come out. All the officials, are kind of spread out. You have one guy, everybody's got the mask on, and going to show a head or tail to each team, and then the visiting team is usually the one that calls it, and whoever wins is going to have a choice of kicking off, receiving, or maybe picking if there's a win game, maybe picking the win.
Yeah, there's been a little bit of wind here today. A pretty strong thunderstorm blew in here about 2-3 o'clock. And the soccer fields down the way are pretty soaked. But it's going to be a little wet track here today, and there's a slight chance of rain here tonight.
Well, East Ascension wins the toss, and they defer to the second half. So that means Catholic High is going to receive, and they're going to be looking at that scoreboard as they're in the first quarter.
And they're going to be led by quarterback Landon O'Connor, and we'll talk about the Catholic High offense in just a moment. But let's take an opportunity right here to talk about the coaches for both teams and their records and what they've been going through this season. Catholic High 1-2, coached by Gabe Fertitta, his 4th season at Catholic High. East Ascension led by Darnell Lee. It's his 5th year. You can see there he's 35-16 overall at East Ascension and 50-33 overall in his career. Last week, both teams lost. Homecoming loss against St. Charles Catholic, a heartbreaker for East Ascension. And St. Thomas More, they were in a war with St. Thomas More, and they lost 39-38.
Interesting what both coaches are thinking. You know, Coach Fertitta's got to be thinking, I got a pretty good team because we lost to 2 very, very good football teams. And then Coach Darnell Lee's got to be thinking that St. Charles game, even though they're AA, is pretty good. And here's Logan Kern with the kickoff.
And the return and a nice shoestring tackle. And they'll have field position at the 20-yard line, and he's taken down by number 26 for East Ascension with the shoestring tackle, Bryson Green, sophomore defensive back. And so it's going to be 1st and 10 for Catholic High as we are ready to begin this game. 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line.
Well, you know, you think both teams in the spread offense, but I think you're going to see the running game is going to be the big game for both teams tonight.
Yeah, that's going to be their bread and butter. East Ascension still working with their quarterback system. We're going to see a lot of wheat here tonight and possibly done at receiver for them. And O'Connor's the quarterback, and it's going to be an option, and he's going to pitch it at the last moment, and he's going to get near the first down. That's number 3, and that is one of the backup running backs.
Well, you can see they just block it. Usually you're pitching off that defensive end, but big number 50 for Catholic High right there is pitching the ball. E.J. Jones.
Yep, and they get 8 yards on first down.
And you're going to see this Catholic High offensively most of the time with a tight end in there, and usually with a sniffer back, a blocking back also in the backfield, as you see offset in the backfield.
And just straight ahead running up the middle, and he's not going to get the first down. That's, I believe, Hart, number 20, and he's going to be a yard shy. And it was Hart. And let's take this opportunity to talk about the Catholic High offense. Landon O'Connor is their quarterback. George Hart, you just saw him at running back. Their receivers are Matt Reinhold, Shelton Sampson, and also Prince Edwards at tight end. And you see their rest of their lineup right there. E.J. Jones, Zach Boulette, Jonathan Beal, Sam Cole, and Evan Madere on the offensive line. 3rd and 1 for Catholic High, and they get it pretty easily. They're going to get about 6 or 7 right up the middle from George Hart.
Marcellus Taylor on the tackle.
Just straight ahead running. Good job by the offensive line getting the hole, and they needed 1, and they got 6, so it's 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line with 11:05 left to go.
I'm sure there's a lot of football fans know about the Power I, where you can see right here they go from power football, Catholic High, to spread offense where you have 2 receivers to both sides, and this one guy comes in motion, one of the slot receivers, and he usually takes you to the ball.
And he did, and he's going to block. That's Prince Edwards downfield. The catch is made by number 4, Daniel Harden, and he's going to get a few on first down, pickup of about 4.
And Taylor again with the tackle on the outside.
So let's talk about the East Ascension defense while we get a chance as we watch the replay. Jarrell Boykins, Ashton Milton, Martez Scott on the line, Marcellus Taylor, Brenton Ragusa, Riante Jones, Blake Thompson at linebacker, Cornerbacks, Kendrick Broussard and Justin Walker, Cale Babin, and Antoine Foster at safety, 2nd and 4.
Cale Babin have a heck of a game in the homecoming game last week. In fact, on top of that, got selected homecoming king, and you can see this little about a 5-yard hitch route on the outside, a little bit short of that first down.
The intended receiver was Harden. He was able to make the catch, but Lowe, he had to get down to make the catch, and so he's a yard shy. Same situation they were in on the last series of downs, 3rd and 1.
And they keep moving those chains, and that's your goal. And, well, when you see 3rd down conversions, as far as I'm concerned, when you're winning that 3rd down conversion, you're usually ahead on that scoreboard also.
And
a lot of shifting right here. And basically this tells me they're running to the right side. Let's see what happens here.
And they're going to do the option, and this time O'Connor's going to keep it, and he gets the first down. He gets 6 yards. They got 6 on the 3rd and 1 on the previous series of downs, and the option keeper, first down.
And they just loaded. You see Big 71 pulling out there. And the quarterback gets that first down.
Able to freeze the defender and then jump past him and get those yards. 1st and 10, just past midfield. They're at the 49-yard line. Good look at O'Connor right there at quarterback. Prince Edwards, 31, the tight end. And it's going to be an option, and it's going to be a keeper, and there's a lot of traffic and not much going on right there. A couple of yards maybe from the quarterback.
Well, you're under center now, and you maybe a little bit of confusion. Looks like he was trying to throw maybe even an RPO right there, Jeff.
Yeah.
And I will say this on the East Ascension side right here, defensively, they've given out the first play of the game was maybe an 8-yard.
Right.
And that's been the biggest play, but they haven't been able to stop them in those crucial 3rd down situations.
Right. They're getting 4 or 5 yards a pop, and here's a nice gain, and it's going to be 3rd and 1 again, and an 8-yard carry right up the middle by Hart. When you're in a 3rd and 1 situation, that puts the defense in a tough position.
Well, it puts the defense in a bind, but also this is what it does for the offense. 3rd and 1, you can maybe think about going for it on 4th and 1, especially when you have the field position that you have around the 40-yard line.
That's what we saw last night at the end of the game with Dutchtown and Woodlawn. They had a 3rd and 1 situation, didn't get it. 4th and 1, quarterback sneak, scored a touchdown. That changed the entire complexion of that game.
And this is what I like about East Ascension's defense. They have been very, very good as far as holding their own against some very good competition.
And it's going to be 3rd and 6, maybe 3rd and 7 now as E.J. Jones, the left tackle, jumped in. So it's a 5-yard penalty.
I didn't get quite that snap count right there, but it looked like he was fixing to block down on one of those big defensive linemen for the Spartans.
And the Spartans, their defensive line hadn't been able to stop them on 3rd down and short right here. We'll see what they do on 3rd and long, but they've got those big boys, and they rotate about 7 or 8 in there. So they've just got a lot of big bodies down there, and we're going to see if they can make a stand.
And, East Ascension, they've gone, St. Charles is a smaller school, but they had some big kids in there also.
So they set up the short screen, but it's going to be 4th and long as the defense rises to the occasion. Tackle by about 3 or 4, and you see down there at the bottom of the pile, number 94 for East Ascension with the tackle. Devin Toussaint, one of those backup defensive linemen.
Nice job, and I'm not real certain about that play, throwing that into the sideline. You kind of run out of room to be an athlete.
Looks like they're going to go for it. No, they deal with the quick punt, trying to trick East Ascension. Cale Babin is in the game at safety anyways. Now he's just going to drop back to receive the punt. So we'll see how he does right here. It's a short punt, and they're going to clear it out and let it bounce, and it's kind of a short Catholic high bounce. They'll get good field position at about the 21-yard line.
Catholic's always been like a 25-yard punt right there. Always been, if you want to call it special, fancy, or whatever, but they've always been very, very solid in the special teams all the way back to Dale Weiner days. And it's something that every team, has to work on and spend some practice time on, and that's the thing that affects a lot of the special teams there.
Yeah, you're right, and they always have a very good special teams. Cullen Wheat is the quarterback here on 1st and 10. And Wheat's going to keep it, and he's going to be stopped for no gain at the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Spartans.
Well, you saw some back and forth situations that Coach Lee's got to be thinking about. You start the year with Troy Dunn and Wheat at quarterback, and so Cullen Wheat says, didn't do very good against the first opponent. Then all of a sudden Dunn takes the starter's job, and then here you go, a little outside play.
And that's enough for a first down. Nice play and good balance. And Walter Samuel, the running back, with the little swing pass, and it's complete, and a first down for the Spartans.
So you see East Ascension smartly blocking downfield because the pass was at the line of scrimmage, basically like a screen pass. But so against Warren Easton, Troy Dunn came in and rightfully so won the starting job because he had a great fourth quarter and 2 overtime periods. So last week against St. Charles, it's reversed. Cullen Wheat comes in and drives him down. And you think for the winning score, and it just didn't work out for him, but, he has earned the shot at, let's see if we could start probably maybe a little better thrower. I'm not real certain on the running side. But, every coach is different whether they want to use that quarterback in the running game or the passing game or both.
And the advantage that you have with Wheat at quarterback is that you're able to use Dunn's talents at wide receiver. So he's staying on the field. Wheat's not going to stay on the field as a wide receiver, so you get another skill player out there that can make something happen. And we'll talk about the starting lineups after this play. It's 1st and 10. From the 42.
This is interesting right here. You got quads into the sideline here. So maybe a little one-on-one at the top there.
And Samuel's going to get it. He's going to get about 9, maybe 10, near another first down. And so good yardage on first down. They're moving the ball downfield. You can see on the replay here, nice holes, nice balance. You see it from Samuel.
I tell you what that reminds me of, Jeff. That Samuel at Gonzales Middle was outstanding.
Right.
And that's the kind of runs you saw him break for big gains in those games.
2nd and 1. Wheat is a little nervous, and he gets away. He gets free, throws it downfield, up for grabs, caught for a first down.
What an outstanding job by Wheat. Extending the play. He disappears in the middle of the pack here. All of a sudden he pops out. Watch him square his shoulders up as well as he possibly can, and must have some pretty good arm strength, Jeff. Yep. I mean, he throws the ball 20, 25 yards down the field.
And he's got a heck of a receiver there, Neville Chopin, and he's able to make the catch.
He is the man.
Yes, he's
wide open, too. Good job by Wheat keeping those eyes down the field to pick up that open receiver.
Absolutely, first down. And there's a reverse, and that's going to Goodlow. He's got some room. He can get to the corner. He does, down to the 25. Probably a yard short of the first down. Jordan Goodlow, the receiver.
Good job of blocking on the outside by that lineman. And Goodlow, excellent job. I like to watch how the receivers carry that ball up there across the chest area, protecting it at all times.
So you see Wheat right there. He's lined up wide to the right, and it looks like Dunn is going to take this play at quarterback, so a little bit of role reversal right here.
So you have 4 on 3 in the receivers.
It's going to be Dunn with the keeper, and he's got the first down. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 to the 24.
Boy, right off the bat, you think, that play wasn't very good. It was for a first down. That's all that matters right there. And Dunn was, excellent as far as being strong enough. Dunn's been a starter in basketball as a freshman. Mm-hmm. Now he's a junior. So he's got some experience as an athlete right here. And so he's one that can come in and really help you in a lot of different ways.
Right. He's got great athleticism, and he's going to line up wide right now. And Wheat will take the snap from the shotgun right here, and looks like Kendall Washington is in the game at halfback right now, and he's going to get the carry, and he's going to be dropped for a loss.
Boy, Catholic does a good job on the outside. Number 13, Jordan Toston.
That's a big guy right there, and just couldn't get just couldn't block him right there, and he was right where the handoff was going to be, and that's unfortunate. It's going to be a 4-yard loss on the play. So let's look at the offense for East Ascension while we have a chance. Cullen Weed at quarterback, Samuel at running back, as we mentioned, Jordan Goodlow, Novell Chopin, and Troy Dunn at receiver. We'll talk about the offensive line later. And a pass downfield, up for grabs, nearly picked and incomplete. Coverage there by number 26, Michael Konishki.
And look at Washington down the field. You see him coming out of the backfield. It looks like maybe somebody was a little bit offline because it looked like with 2 safeties deep they were trying to hit Washington right between those 2 safeties. Maybe needs to be thrown a little bit sooner.
Yes, and now it's 3rd and 14. This is probably a situation where you need to get this on in 2 plays instead of just going for it right here in 1. The offensive line, we'll mention them real fast. Darrell Jefferson, Legion Jackson, Gavin Sonyet, Dorian Ennis, and Javon Richardson. 3rd down, and they get about 4 or 5 of it back. No, it's incomplete, as the intended receiver had to hit the ground and didn't get it. That was done with the attempt. So it's
just trying to get the ball out to a receiver and let him be an athlete. And so you have this situation. You're out of basically, I consider it field goal range. This would be, 49, 45-yard field goal.
Yeah.
I don't really see that.
And this is not a situation where you're probably going to punt, so you might just see what you can get downfield.
So, the big thing, you have Troy Dunn right here. This is where McBride used to line up all the time.
Yes, indeed. I remember that. And he may keep it, and he's going to run. He's got to get inside to the 15. He is a yard short. But the thing is about it, even if he doesn't get the first down.
Nice effort here by Wheat.
It was a heck of an effort, and he got 13 yards.
He's getting 5 more yards right there.
That's almost like a punt in a situation like that when you get a net 13 inside the 20-yard line.
Well, the big thing that I see there, I know you want to score.
But
you look at this series right there.
And Catholic High, they lead the series 21-12. Catholic High won 41-6 last year. That was a tough one for East Ascension. It's the 34th meeting. Catholics won 8 of the last 9, though, and 18 of the last 21 meetings.
But, Jeff, Catholic High has done that to a lot of teams.
Everybody. They're one of the best
they've
programs
got a couple
in
of
this.
state championships.
Yes. And on first down, pass is complete and breaks a couple of tackles, gets about 7 on first down. That's Reinholtz, Matt Reinholtz, number 17, with the reception at the line of scrimmage.
Boy, does a good job of avoiding that tackler. You saw one of the Catholic wide receivers. I love situations like this. He's going to throw a block. The East Ascension DB's going to block him in his back, and so he ends up throwing those hands up.
Yes. And on second down, it looks like enough for a first down. New back in the game, Corey Singleton, number 25. Able to get about 4 yards on the play, and that's definitely enough for a first down, so the chains move again. First and 10 at the 20.
I like Coach Lee. Had a lot of mixture there offensively, but the big thing is he got some first downs, kept his defense off the field for a time.
And the longer you can keep Catholic out the end zone, the better chance you have of keeping this game competitive and seeing what you can do later. O'Connor at quarterback. Now the little dump to the receiver. That's Reinholtz again. He's got lots of yards. He's got a first down and more. He's to about the 42, 43-yard line, 14-yard completion.
Boy, you see this a lot in the NFL, that little back or somebody coming from the backfield, either the H-back or the running back, and they slip into that little bootleg action. And, even as much as it's practiced in the NFL, they seem to have a great deal of success right there wide open for Catholic.
This first quarter moving very quickly, 2:10 left to go in the opening quarter. No score, Catholic and East Ascension. And there's a fake, and O'Connor keeps it up the middle, gets about 4 or 5 before he's tackled by 2 or 3 East Ascension Spartans. Riante Jones down there on the tackle. Big boy right there.
Good job right there. Riante Jones.
A couple of other East Ascension Spartans on the tackle, but gain of 5. That's still good yardage on first down. O'Connor, you see a good look at him getting his signals from the sideline. You see the charts and everything right there. Good shot there by the camera operators. Second down and 5.
East Ascension, very talented front 3 and also their linebackers.
And you see Jones, we just talked about him. He stuffed that one at the line. Very short game. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
Riante Jones, watch this tackle here by Riante. You're not going anywhere. In fact, you're going backwards.
Exactly. So they did get 1 as he was able to get a little bit there, but not very much. And so it's 3rd down and 4. Manageable situation for Catholic.
I'm interested to see because in the Warren Easton game, they got EA to jump like 6 or 7 times. Did not happen last week.
Didn't happen right there either. Shotgun snap. O'Connor is going to keep it. He's got a first down. Nice move, nice spin move. Gets past Riante Jones and gets down to the 40. So a first down for Catholic High.
Well, watch this. The quarterback on the outside. Rarely do you ever see this. You know, you're sprinting out. Usually it's going to be a throw, and the quarterback, not a design run, but, you know, always an option for the quarterback if everything's covered up.
And they've thrown a few passes here, but O'Connor's not afraid to run with the football as well. It's 1st and 10 from the 41. This might be the last play of the first quarter. Quarterback keeper all the way, and he's got plenty of yards. He's got another first down. He's down to the 24 with 17 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Looks like this is going to be the final play of the quarter.
Well, the clock stopped for the first down, so it's a possibility. And, they got a little momentum going right here, Jeff, so you might say, let's get another shot at this thing. They might take a shot of it right here, one-on-one.
Looks like they are going to get the playoff. Quarterback's rolling out to his right, gets away from the pressure. He's going to keep it. He's got another first down. He steps out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. So they're in the red zone as the first quarter comes to an end. So
Landon O'Connor has done a tremendous job on this drive of keeping those chains moving. And I'm going to tell you, as a defense, when you have to be aware of the quarterback also, you're in trouble. We'll be back in a second after word from one of our sponsors on the EATEL Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank Piku Builder Supply, Donaldsonville Glass and Body, SKR Construction Corporation, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, Eustis Mortgage, Ross Downing GMC for their support of the EA Sports Medicine Program.
second quarter ready to begin. Porsche and Swack out here at Spartan Stadium. No score, but Catholic is knocking on the door. They're inside the red zone as we begin this second quarter.
I brought this up earlier, Jeff, and this is what I see. Catholic High, almost 50. They're 1-2 on the year. Now, they lost to two excellent teams, very close games, high-scoring games, and they're at 50% on third down conversions, and that just went up here in the first two drives for Catholic High.
Right, I believe
crucial.
They're 3 out of 4, I believe, if I'm thinking correctly. You see Riante Jones coming out of the game right here, and he's been replaced, and it's 1st and 10. 3 receivers left, 1 right, shotgun, and the handoff goes to Hart, and nothing there. So nice job by the defensive line. Looks like Jarrell Boykins. No, make that Ashton Milton, 99 with the tackle. You can see right there, just stood up.
Boykins is one of them.
Boykins was there as well.
Boykins getting offers from a number of schools. Outstanding defensive end for that defensive front.
Boykins, Milton, and Martez Scott, the starters, but you're going to hear a lot of names being called.
When they line up side by side, they almost glued together right there.
Exactly. 2nd and 10 after no gain on first. And the quarterback's going to keep it. O'Connor cuts inside. He's to the 10, to the 5. Spin move, gets into the end zone, touchdown, Catholic High. 14-yard run for quarterback Landon O'Connor.
Boy, watch this. The fake, he probably could have handed that off, but I know that wasn't part of the play. That wasn't a read deal. It's a fake and go, and you always – and look, it's just a double option where that quarterback can keep it or he can pitch it to that running back. And the thing about it is that running back, you know, they could be 10 or 15 yards down the field and pitch it. Good job of the quarterback getting in there. East Ascension is going to have to deal with the quarterback running the ball.
And Dupree comes in and kicks the extra point. It's 7-0. That was an 86-yard drive, and they take the lead 7-0. And we'll take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching the EATEL Game of the Week.
Aaron, reminding you it's time to speed things up with all-fiber internet from EATEL. Your connectivity needs keep expanding, streaming, surfing, and playing games. And EATEL continues to stay ahead of the curve with the fastest speeds. Plus, our eero whole home Wi-Fi will eliminate dead spots in your home. EATEL takes the hassle out of setting things up so you get our #1 rated reliability from the bedroom to the patio. As always, you will get the personal service you deserve from EATEL. Fast, local, reliable.
7-0, Catholic High on top of East Ascension. Jeff Porsche, David Swacker with you tonight here at Spartan Stadium for the EATEL Game of the Week. About to kick off, so we'll look at the kickoff right here. That's Kylan Dupree. He kicked the extra point. See Cale Babin back deep as usual, and a couple of men by his side as well, and there's the kick. And it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. So while we wait for the offense to take their first play on the next series, let's look at District 5-5A and the records. And Sandoval is the leader in terms of records, even though they haven't played a district game until tonight against McKinley. They're 3-0. Dutchtown, that was a heartbreaking loss last night.
You did that game last night, and you think it's what was it with 5 minutes ago, Jeff?
It was 24-12.
Oh, like probably everybody. You might have had some people leaving the game.
Yeah.
But the Woodlawn team didn't leave, and the Dutchtown team didn't leave, and it ended up being a Dutchtown loss. Pretty tough loss, too.
Yeah, and Woodlawn is no longer an easy win like McKinley has been in the past. 1st and 10, and there's a handoff, and that's not much. No gain on the play. A little reverse to Goodlow, but nothing doing right there.
You know, these are the common things that you have in football nowadays. Speed sweeps, crisscross action by somebody in motion trying to hand the ball off. You have some very good athletes right there in that huddle.
Yes, they do, and they got big, talented players everywhere on both sides on both teams. It's 2nd and 9, and Wheat's going to keep it. He's looking to his right. He breaks free from one tackle, but he's not going to get free of the next guys. Number 13 with the sack. That's Jordan Tosin. We talked about him already tonight.
He's essentially trying to run the same pass that Catholic ran into the flat right there. The receiver got held up a little bit, and Wheat could not elude the Catholic tacklers.
And this is where it can start to get tough for East Ascension as you have a 3rd and long. Worst thing that could happen here is get a turnover here and that give Catholic a short field and then get 14-0 down. Just have to get something downfield, get some better field position and kick the ball away here perhaps. 3rd down and long. And Wheat is looking to his left. He's got a receiver and it's incomplete, in and out of the hands. That was nearly a first down. Number 10, the intended receiver, Jaquel Mack, but it's incomplete.
Mack's got to make this catch right here, right over the linebackers. Nice touch by Wheat. Looked like got it maybe hit right as the ball got there. And now you create a situation. You talk about a short field when you're putting basically from your goal line. You know, this field is going to be great field position for Catholic.
And Wheat will come in to punt. He's, of course, a quarterback. And you see number 3, and Catholic High has some great returners through the years, and back deep right now is Trey Benson. Oh, he's got to get it away, and he does. Good job by Wheat. And it's a decent punt to the 42. Benson takes it, slips, gets up. He's to the 34-yard line. So Catholic's going to have good field position in a short field. You can see on the replay, good job by Wheat as the snap was low, bounced to him, was able to get it and get it away. But Catholic High, this is when Catholic High makes their run, when they start making the stops on defense, start shortening the field, and start going downhill. You see the Catholic High offense right there. O'Connor, quarterback, number 14, he scored on the last possession.
Well, Catholic High 1-2 on the year, and it looks like they're playing with all the confidence in the world right now.
Well, when you play the teams they played and stayed competitive with them and lost only by 1 point, that's going to do something for your confidence. And on first down, a little reverse to Reinholtz. It's going to be a short gain, about 3 or 4, but 3 or 4 every time is going to get you a first down.
So basically you're running a play there with 2 backs in the backfield. No different than what, back in the old days when you had an I backfield. Guy comes in motion, you hand the ball off, and with his speed and athletic ability, you could possibly, get some pretty nice yardage out of the play.
So they give him a good spot at 2nd and 5 to the 28. Got to get to the 23 for a first down. And the ball on the ground, and O'Connor picks it up. That's not O'Connor. Now a fumble, and it's recovered by East Ascension. I don't know what was going on there. The ball wound up in the hands of number 12, Jackson Guest, a senior running back. Let's look at it. Ball
Looks like on a snap, it might have hit the center.
Yes.
And he's running, then nice little tackle knocks the ball out. East Ascension, 1st and 10.
Brennan Thompson with the fumble recovery, and that's a big break for East Ascension.
Big break right here with 7-0 to score. This thing is moving along about as quick as a game can move along because most of your plays are run plays.
Yeah, so the clock keeps running. This is where Wheat's going to have to start hitting his receivers. Oh, and that was nearly picked as number 8 read that pass all the way. That was Mikey Alvarado on the defense right there for Catholic. They were trying to get to Chopin, but Alvarado jumps right in front of it.
Well, good job by the outside linebacker right there. And, that receiver, maybe next time, maybe lines up just a shade bit wider. Not too wide, just a little bit wider to get out of that outside linebacker range.
East Ascension has those skill players at receiver, but they have not been able to get to them tonight. You see Cale Babin in the game. That's the first time he's seen action at running back here tonight, and his helmet ripped off, and he's going to get like about 6-7 yards.
Here's the little sweep. Nice kick out by Washington there.
Looked like his helmet went off on accident as one of the Catholic players just trying to get past him. Now Babin is going to check out of the game, and he's replaced by Goodlow.
That's, Cale Babin, you think of him as punt return, maybe kick return at times, and defensive back. But he has come in certain situations and created a positive situation offensively.
When you need a spark, he's going to come into the game. Wheat now looking around, he's sacked. 2 defenders meet at the quarterback, and it's going to be a sack. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And so not able to do much after the turnover. And you see number 13, Tosin again. You see, called his name here a lot. It's 4th down. And again, just like a couple of minutes ago, Wheat punting out of his own end zone.
And Wheat looks like not feeling real good right now.
No, he doesn't. You can tell he's a little sore, and he's been hit hard a couple of times, and he was kind of sandwiched and pancaked by a couple of Catholic High defenders on that last
his hand was bothering him.
Maybe so. He was able to handle that snap, though, and gets a good punt to the 45-yard line. And nice return, and down to the 25-yard line. Good job by number 17, Matt Reinholtz. So good return. You see him getting the ball to 45 and then just staying forward.
It does a good job moving in and out right there. Nice tackle on the play.
So we are 6:56 before halftime. And so Our score 7-0 Catholic High. They fumbled on their last possession on kind of a broken play, a botched snap that turned into a long run and a turnover at the end of it. But now Catholic High from the shotgun, quarterback O'Connor ready to go. Low snap, and he takes it. He's looking downfield, throws deep toward the end zone. There's a receiver there, double coverage, incomplete, and out of the end zone. So East Ascension dodges a bullet right there. It's second down.
Looked like Kendrick Broussard knocking that ball down, one of your safeties.
You had a couple of guys back there, and just a good job of meeting at the receiver and keeping him from getting onto that football.
This, to me, this is a critical series right here because East Ascension has had some issues trying to get some points on the board, had some success late in games the last couple of weeks.
And that's going to be a no gain on the play, 43. Nice tackle by number 43. That's Tyandre Hayes. He's a sophomore linebacker with the tackle. Does a great job of sticking with that running back and dragging him down.
Almost looks like one of those run stunts where linemen go one way and that linebacker fills that hole right there and did a nice job of it.
3rd and 11, and the pitch down to the 20-yard line. And it's going to be short of a first down by a couple of yards down to the 17-yard line. That's Tate Nicholas, number 5.
Good job of taking the quarterback on the option play. And then now your defensive back's got to get off of blocks and come back to tackle on the pitch man.
And at this point, we're going to have the hydration break at 6 minutes. It's 7-0 Catholic High against East Ascension. Let's take this opportunity to talk about our upcoming schedule for the EATEL game of the week. And next week, Swack and I will be at Dutchtown for East Ascension versus Dutchtown. That's a great one. Friday night.
Thursday night game, right?
Exactly. So we're going to have 2 live games next week. Friday night, I'll be at Woodlawn and covering Woodlawn against Santa Ma. So 2 really good
And you know,
games.
people will say, well, why are we having these Thursday nights? You had one last week, and it's basically because of the virus situation and your lack of officials. And, you know, we saw this a couple of weeks ago with a hurricane coming in. We had games on Wednesday, Thursday. Actually, I think somebody actually played a couple on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And, of course, they have to be played by midnight on Monday night.
Right.
And of course, they had some games that were actually canceled. So same thing with this situation. Just so many games, and you're in the district situation. Nobody's traveling away. Everybody's playing, you know, right here in the area. And just have to get some teams have to take a turn playing on Thursday nights.
Right. Dutchtown with 2 weeks in a row with them on Thursday night. They played 1 Wednesday game and 2 Thursday games after next week. The looking ahead at that schedule as well, we didn't get to the other games that are coming up in 2 weeks. But in 2 weeks, Catholic High, who we see right here, they are taking on Santa Ma. They're going to go to the pit and play that one. And then Woodlawn's going to come over here to take on EA in 2 weeks.
And you better not forget what happened. Tell us, Jeff, what happened last night.
Oh boy, you can't sleep on Woodlawn. I can tell you that. Don't give them an inch because they're gonna take a foot.
Jeff came in here pouting a little bit, and I don't blame him.
That was a heartbreaker.
Yes.
34-yard field goal from Dupree, trying to extend the score to 10-0. That's blocked, and that was number 29, Kendrick Broussard, and. Good job.
Watch the block right here. He comes right off of that wing back. Tremendous job right there. I'm just telling you. And the thing about it, the ball was on the right hash. So when you kick it, it's got to go like over the left guard.
Yes.
So Broussard had an opportunity to block that simply because the ball probably went over the left guard because it's from the right hash. Outstanding job right there on that call by Coach Lee. To rush hard off of that defensive right side.
And Troy Dunn is going to get a series here at quarterback. And Coach Lee's got to be happy because the offense has not clicked yet, and they're still only down by 7 against Catholic High. First down, that's Washington, and he's going to get a yard or 2. Or make that Samuel, actually.
You know, this is what I say right here. And you know, we saw Weed. He looked like he got lit up a couple of times on some sacks, and he looked like he was holding a hand or whatever. But this Troy Dunn, Washington and Samuel, and this offensive line, they need to get something going there. You have plenty of talent right here, and you need to get after these Catholic High guys. 4-man front right here.
Quick pass to Goodlow, and that's not going to work as he stood up by number 1 on defense, Jacob Robertson, one of the junior defensive backs.
Well, your slot receiver needs to block number 1.
Yes.
Not the third man inside right there. He needs to block the second man inside because the third man's not going to make a tackle, and if he does, it's going to be for a 5 or 6 or 7 yard gain.
So now it's third down, and we'll call it 7. They're at the 25, got to get to the 32. They need one of their receivers, one of their game changers to make a big play here and try to kind of flip this field, because you don't want to give Catholic another shot on the EA side of the field. Sooner or later they're going to score. And they don't. They get the first down. Nice pitch and catch to Chopin. That's what they need to do, a little bit more of that.
You're exactly right there, Jeff. 10-yard gain on the play. Watch the little out and the slant and right up in that hole. Well designed. You see that route and that connection all the way up to the NFL. And East Ascension really did a super job in executing right there.
And the key there is you're going to run a couple minutes off the clock as well. East Ascension trying to tie this game at a high pass, and that was nearly picked off and then caught again on the carom. It was intended for Goodlow, but that was too high, incomplete.
And, I'm not one to really ever want to say this, but, passing needs to be something that East Ascension has to be a part of their game. And, it's not just a third down situation. It needs to be, in every down, being able to pass the ball, get the ball down the floor. And here comes Babbitt into the game, one of these slot positions.
Yes, he's a slot to the right. Dunn still at quarterback, low snap. He gets it to Samuel, and no gain on the play as down at the bottom of that pile, one of the big defensive linemen, number 65 for Catholic High Bears. That is Christian Menino.
Hey, you see that clock running, but plenty of time. Everybody's got all their timeouts.
This first half just moving at a rapid pace with all the ball control, all the play, all the run plays. Not a lot of clocks has stopped here tonight. And we have a whistle. And just like that, you say no timeout's been called, there's the first timeout. And so we'll keep it here with Catholic High up 7-0 with 3:38 left to go in the second quarter. Let's talk about the games last week in 5-5A. You had, of course, East Ascension with the loss at homecoming, 17-9 to St. Charles. You saw that one, and I saw the Dutchtown Rain game, big game for Dutchtown.
And Rain's supposed to have a pretty good team.
Right.
And so tell us a little bit about that game.
Well, they jumped out 28-0 in the first 4 minutes, and you just got themselves in too big a hole. And the deal was with that, they didn't practice. They didn't have school because of Hurricane Delta, and so they had won the week before, but they didn't have much time to get ready for Dutchtown.
And Sampson could put you down pretty quick, can't
Yeah, exactly.
Just a pleasure to watch play.
Yeah.
And the same thing, look, I told Frankie Monica after the game, when was the last time you saw a high school game with everybody running the spread, halftime, 0-0? I mean, you just don't see stuff like that all the way up to the professional ranks. And Santa Maula, I watched that Santa Maula Letcher game. Santa Maula is playing well.
And their quarterback is just outstanding this season. 3rd down and 9, and the pass is caught by Washington. Can he get to a first down? No. Oh, wow, he is hit hard and knocked backwards, and it's going to bring up a 4th down as you look at this on the replay.
Just that one guy, and not real sure if he could have even got there because Catholic was doing a good job getting off some blocks. And let's just see, must be something wrong with Wheat.
Yeah, they have a new punter into the game. So good observation right there, Swack. I totally missed that. I think it's Tellez, number 80. Brian Tellez is the punter. He punted for a couple of times in the Northwest game. and he gets it away, and it's a good punt, line drive, but it's taken at the 27, and he gets past the first wave and gets past the second wave. He's to midfield, and good field position once again. Nice punt return by number 3 for Catholic, Trey Benson.
Well, you get outside and you get out to those numbers right there, Jeff, and a lot of times some very good things can happen for you.
And we've seen a lot of great Catholic High punt returners, kick returners through the years, and that's another one right there in Trey Benson. With Swack, you're talking about 0-0 for a East Ascension game. That's not what we're used to seeing. The week before, when we were playing Warren Easton, it was 7-0 at halftime. It was, I think, either 7-0 or 14-0 against Northwest. It's a different type of team out here this year.
Yeah, and East Ascension, I think defensively, is outstanding. I think it's going to take some time to get things going offensively.
Yeah, they're still a work in progress, and they're going to have a lot of talent on offense, and they're going to succeed, but it's just growing pains right now as on first down. You see the running back, number 25, Singleton, with a nice run up the middle.
And, a lot of it comes about is, who's going to come out as your leader at the quarterback spot, or if it's 2 guys, I'm fine with that also.
Right.
But, it kind of concerns me that Wheat did not go out to punt right there, and so that tells me maybe we have some type of injury. Hopefully it's not anything.
Right. It's 2nd down and 6 and an incomplete pass deep downfield. It's going to fall incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Well, watch the hit on the quarterback right there.
Oh, yes.
And watch Cale Babin right here.
Good job on the coverage.
From one end to the other, the Spartans had that covered up.
Right. And
first time they've gone for the long ball.
Yeah, and unsuccessful. That's not something they do very often, and the quarterback, O'Connor, not really exactly skilled at it, probably with a lack of experience. 3rd down and 6, O'Connor at quarterback. Takes a shotgun. He's rolling out right. He's looking downfield. We'll throw it, and it's caught for a first down. Down inside the 25-yard line, caught by number 4, Daniel Harden, 1st and 10. So nice catch and run. And it's 1st and 10 as 1:48 left to go. Catholic High has all 3 of their timeouts, so that's not a problem. They're really not in a rush right here as they try to extend their lead.
Catholic High, with the tight end in there and a wing back running into their sideline. Low option play that they've had some success with.
And they do it again. O'Connor has been killing them on the ground. He had the touchdown run to take the lead, and he's just doing a good job making his choices right now.
I tell you, it's all about what they're doing with so much movement and motion. Sometimes you have to make some adjustments, like right here, defensively, you see a little bit of movement by the Spartans.
So 1st and 10 again, and quarterback keeps it again. O'Connor gets down inside the 10 to the 5, gain of about 7 on first down, maybe about 8.
So they're just loading up right here on the ends, and they're giving O'Connor the chance to get outside and be an athlete. And possibly if you could get all the way outside, you might be able to pitch that thing back to the running back.
So we're now inside of a minute. So Catholic High in no hurry whatsoever now. And time just running out on East Ascension. They need to make a stand right here, or else they're going to be down 14-0 at halftime.
Well, for whatever reason, your 25-second clock or 40-second clock is not operating. I'm sure Catholic's going to just move it down and call a timeout.
That's exactly what they did. I'm sure that's what was happening right there. And so the timeout, we'll keep it here with 34 seconds left. And I'll talk about some of the games that you're going to see in 5-5A. You already seen the one that I don't really want to talk about very much. The big comeback from Woodlawn High. They defeated Dutchtown 26-24 last night, up 24-12 with about 4.5 minutes left, and Woodlawn comes all the way with the comeback.
Dutchtown still has to play.
Yes.
Sanoma still has to play East Ascension, which is next Thursday.
Right.
Still has to play Catholic. So all that could be erased with victories right there.
The margin of error is very thin for them, though, because Catholic's going to be a tough game. They have to sweep the Ascension Parish teams if they're going to see some type of postseason.
And Catholic's going to be tough for everybody. Then when the playoffs start, they just go in a different direction.
the other game, Santa Maria versus McKinley. Santa Maria should be 4-0 after tonight unless something strange happens, most likely.
And I wonder how the rain, because we had a lot of rain.
Yes.
I wonder if it rained a lot in Baton Rouge. As you can see, the field's getting a little bit marked up. Here we go, 2nd and about 3 for a first down.
O'Connor at quarterback, man in motion. And it's going to give him the pitch and breaks free from the first guy, close to a first down. That is number 3, Benson, on the carry. I don't think he got the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
But right there, boy, you thought with that cutback right there, but great job defensively by East Ascension pursuing to that ball carrier. As soon as he cut back, EA was right there to make the tackle, as you can see right there, short of the first down.
So 3rd and 1, a big stand right here needs to happen for East Ascension after this timeout. We just looked at the games tonight here in 5-5A. Now we can talk about the games next week, and we talked about how we're going to get 2 of them because of Thursday, Friday. Thursday night will be at Dutchtown for EA Dutchtown. Friday I'll be at Woodlawn for Santa Maria Woodlawn, and then the other game, the mismatch of the year, McKinley versus Catholic.
And at halftime, we have the band, the Spartanettes, and I'll be interviewing last week's homecoming queen, Rebecca Burke. And she's going to dance on the field and hustle up the stairs here to the press box and see how the week has been for her as being the homecoming queen.
That's always a lot of fun. Interviewed the other homecoming queens on Sports Scene Live, and they loved it. 3rd down, and O'Connor keeps it near the end zone. I think it's enough for a first down. It's a touchdown. So late signal by the officials, but he did get through with 20 seconds left to go in the first half.
I tell you what, this kid right here has done a tremendous job tonight. How you run outside, it's supposed to be like a quarterback sweep, and for the courage, for most quarterbacks are not like this, that he plants his foot and he turns up right in between, a host of East Ascension Spartans for the touchdown.
Dupree will come in and kick the extra point. He had a field goal blocked earlier tonight. He was successful on his first extra point, and he's able to get it through on the second one. So it's 14-0. We'll take a break with 20 seconds left. You're watching the EATEL Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank Piku Builder Supply, Donaldsonville Glass and Body, SKR Construction Corporation, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, Eustis Mortgage, Ross Downing GMC for their support of the EA Sports Medicine Program.
So Jeff Borsch and SWAC with you here at East Ascension High School, Spartan Stadium. Cale Babin back to receive the kick. Catholic High just put it in the end zone. They lead 14-0. Not much time for East Ascension to make something happen right here. And the last kick was in the end zone, and it's in the end zone again, so you're not going to see Cale Babin get a chance. That's got to hurt. That's a good weapon to have somebody kick it in the end zone. Doesn't give Cale Babin a chance to do something.
Jeff, I'm for a while I went to the National Federation on these rules things. I am just not a fan. You could have the greatest kicker in the state, and you could have the greatest return guy in the state, and you never get to see the return guy because the kicker's always kicking it in the end zone. It just doesn't seem like it makes it fair for both teams that have outstanding athletes at both of those positions.
That's a good point, and I know they try to legislate some things, and they don't want to see people get injured, but it takes a lot of fun out of it as well. Dunn is still in at quarterback, and as you mentioned, Wheat probably injured. Questionable whether we're going to see him. It's a nice run up the middle to the 37, and you see him he is in the game. He's just not at quarterback. That's interesting.
Well, maybe we could get an update here at halftime on Wheat's situation.
And on first down, it's done, and he gets another first down with 2 seconds left, and they're not going to get another playoff as the clock runs out. So just not enough time to make anything happen, and so we're going to go to the half with Catholic High leading 14-0. And so we'll take a break, and we'll give you halftime entertainment. You're watching the EATEL Game of the Week.
Hi, Erin, reminding you it's time to speed things up with all-fiber internet from EATEL. Your connectivity needs keep expanding, streaming, surfing, and playing games. And EATEL continues to stay ahead of the curve with the fastest speeds. Plus, our Eero whole home Wi-Fi will eliminate dead spots in your home. EATEL takes the hassle out of setting things up so you get our #1 rated reliability from the bedroom to the patio. As always, you will get the personal service you deserve from EATEL. Fast, local, reliable.
Get ready to kick off the savings at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. Save $11,000 on new 2020 Sierra or 2020 Envision, $13,000 off at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. New Sierra, $11,000 off. 2020 Envision, $13,000 off. RossDowningHammond.com. RossDowningGonzales.com.
Piku Builder Supply, your one-stop lumberyard, provides an extensive selection of quality building supplies for your new construction and remodeling. We offer computer-aided estimating of your building and remodeling plans, as well as blueprint copies. From humble beginnings to becoming the industry leader in Gonzales and beyond, Piku proudly supports our local community because we believe in giving back to those who have had a hand in our success. Let the experts at Piku Builder Supply help you with your new project today.
You care about your car. So do we. Donaldsonville Glass and Body has been around for over 40 years, providing unparalleled collision repairs and customer service, especially when you and your car are having the worst day ever. When you demand exceptional workmanship, call Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Free pickup for your collision repairs and get it back as good as new. It's your choice, so why not choose the best? Donaldsonville Glass and Body.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
Hi, Monica Arnold, reminding you that your support of EATEL Cares is helping education in our area. Volunteer Ascension is a dynamic organization in our area. Their annual school tools drive gets kids the resources they need to succeed. The EATEL Technology Awards provides laptops for college to deserving seniors. Teachers are awarded cash for resources through our Reach a Kid grants. We could not do it without your patronage. Thanks for supporting EATEL and education.
Get ready to kick off the savings at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. Save $11,000 on new 2020 Sierra or 2020 Envision, $13,000 off at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. New Sierra, $11,000 off. 2020 Envision, $13,000 off. RossDowningHammond.com. RossDowningGonzales.com.
Piku Builder Supply, your one-stop lumberyard, provides an extensive selection of quality building supplies for your new construction and remodeling. We offer computer-aided estimating of your building and remodeling plans, as well as blueprint copies. From humble beginnings to becoming the industry leader in Gonzales and beyond, Piku proudly supports our local community because we believe in giving back to those who have had a hand in our success. Let the experts at Piku Builder Supply help you with your new project today.
You care about your car. So do we. Donaldsonville Glass and Body has been around for over 40 years, providing unparalleled collision repairs and customer service, especially when you and your car are having the worst day ever. When you demand exceptional workmanship, call Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Free pickup for your collision repairs and get it back as good as new. It's your choice, so why not choose the best? Donaldsonville Glass and Body.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
Hello, I'm David Swacker back at halftime of our EATEL game of the week. You see the score, Catholic ahead 14-0. I have with me the daughter of Chris and Connie Burke, Rebecca Burke.
Hey.
And Rebecca, what happened to you last week that was kind of important here at East Ascension?
Well, last week was homecoming, and I was crowned homecoming queen. That was very exciting. I was not expecting that at all.
And so when they say in our 2020 homecoming queen is Rebecca Burke, what went through your mind?
I just kind of stood there and I froze in a way. And if I'm being honest, I thought they didn't say my name for a good second. I did not hear that it was my name, and I was so surprised, but beyond excited.
Yes, it has to be. And look, it's got to be an exciting time for your entire family and all of your friends. And, you know, it's a pretty impressive thing that's voted on by the student body, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So are you you're a Spartanette. So what's your job or your duty with the Spartanettes?
Well, my junior year, I was honored and named co-captain, so that's kind of like captain in training. And this year, I was named head captain, which, like, my responsibility on the team is to make sure everybody's together, give critiques to my teammates, choreograph our routines. So all of the routines you see us do during halftime, me and my co-captain Tristan came up with all those routines.
Wow.
And it's a really fun thing to do.
Yes. And that is a lot of responsibility for a high school kid. And then when you have to critique your friends,
oh yeah,
that could get a little iffy at times.
A little iffy, but I mean, when the respect is there from your teammates, you know, it makes it a lot better.
Evidently, it's worked out outstanding for you. Well, what else are you involved in at East Ascension?
I'm also part of the Beta Club.
Beta Club's for the Einsteins of the school, right?
Yes, sir. We do
I was not in the Beta Club, by the way.
We do a lot of volunteer work through that.
Very
I'm also in National Honor Society. So we help the special needs students. Like, we're each assigned a kid, and we get to, do fun activities with them. Like, coming up, we have our Halloween, like, trick-or-treat around campus. So we get to dress them up in a costume of their choice, and they get to go around class to class.
I hear that is huge at East Ascension.
Yes, sir. It's so much fun.
Yes, and it's so much fun for everyone that's involved in that. National Honor Society. So you make the Beta Club trip every year for the state convention?
I try to. Usually, for the past 3 years, I've played softball, actually, and that's right in the middle of our season.
Right.
But this past year, I've finally been able to go, and it was a lot of fun.
And I will say this, I used to go to the Santa Maria Beta Convention.
Really?
I was a bus driver. I'm not lying about that. They needed me very badly, but a lot of fun at the Beta Convention with all those kids and everything. So how is school? It started out kind of crazy with everybody, not certain whether I want to go to school, virtual, whatever. So how did that kind of start out for you?
First going back, it seemed kind of unrealistic. Like, it seemed something completely different from what I'm used to. Our classes were smaller. In one of my classes, we only had 2 other students in there. It was very empty. Like, for lunch, we don't have our usual lunch shifts. We go downstairs, get our food, and then we head back up to the classroom and we eat with our class. So it's very strange, but now that everybody has came back to the school.
And that happened, this week, last week?
Last week. Yeah. Everybody started coming, and it seems a lot more like home.
Yes. And look, and of course, I know there are other sports and a lot more activities going on at the schoolhouse, but how important is a football game where you get to see your friends?
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. The energy, everybody coming together to enjoy something that we love, the atmosphere is a huge thing, and I love it. I love every single bit of it.
Yes, being a high school kid, and especially in Ascension Parish, a lot of great things going on. It's got to be a thrill for a high school kid with all the activities you're able to participate in. So are the Spartanettes, do they get to perform any other times other than just football games?
Usually we get to do pep rallies, but that's kind of out of the picture right now. Still up in the air. Miss Andrews, she's trying her best to do everything she can.
She ought to be able to change everybody's pep rally schedule. I mean, she has the power, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does her best. We had kind of a pep rally for when they announced homecoming court. We did a lot of the same games and activities as a pep rally would, but Spartanettes, we just didn't get to perform at that one. We didn't have anything prepared. So
as time goes, do we perform at any of the basketball games, or do y'all compete competition-wise? I think in Orlando, the spot where...
Yes, sir. It's still very up in the air. There is a competition, I think in February, that we were planning on going to in Orlando. We actually have our first choreography date tomorrow morning for that dance. So I'm hoping that we'll still get the chance to travel and
Yes,
compete.
Definitely. It would be nice because were you able to do that last year? Because it was right about the virus time, it seemed like.
That was out the picture last year.
And the thing that the one thing that I look at, and as a coach, if you coach a kid and you softball coach and you're Spartanet sponsor, you have been nominated for one of the spots as the East Ascension Student of the Year. You're one of the nominees.
Yes, sir.
That is impressive. I'm just telling you, I know the homecoming queen is nice and everything, but when you're a Student of the Year, it's really an impressive time of the year. And how many people were nominated?
I think it was about 20 students were nominated. It feels
and these are
so
all
good.
Seniors, right?
Yes, sir.
That would, I'm not going to say would top off your senior year, but it's a pretty impressive situation. And don't you have to go through some interviews and stuff like this, or have you done that already?
Yes, sir. We have to send in an application, and then this weekend we actually have to video ourselves answering interview questions to submit. And then we have our in-person interviews. I think it's next Thursday and Friday. So,
you know who my wife is, huh?
yes, sir.
I've taught her everything she knows. Don't let her tell you different, okay? Rebecca, outstanding job. In charge of the Spartanettes, or one of the girls that are in charge, up for Student of the Year. Highly impressive. And now you're homecoming queen. You need to get on that field and get some points for these Spartans out here now.
I'd hope so. Maybe Powder Puff.
There we go. Thank you very much for coming up, and congratulations on all your honors. We'll be back in a second with our second half of the EATEL Game of the Week.
Get ready to kick off the savings at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. Save $11,000 on new 2020 Sierra or 2020 Envision, $13,000 off at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. New Sierra, $11,000 off. 2020 Envision, $13,000 off. RossDowningHammond.com. RossDowningGonzales.com.
Piku Builder Supply, your one-stop lumberyard, provides an extensive selection of quality building supplies for your new construction and remodeling. We offer computer-aided estimating of your building and remodeling plans, as well as blueprint copies. From humble beginnings to becoming the industry leader in Gonzales and beyond, Piku proudly supports our local community because we believe in giving back to those who have had a hand in our success. Let the experts at Piku Builder Supply help you with your new project today.
You care about your car. So do we. Donaldsonville Glass and Body has been around for over 40 years, providing unparalleled collision repairs and customer service, especially when you and your car are having the worst day ever. When you demand exceptional workmanship, call Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Free pickup for your collision repairs and get it back as good as new. It's your choice, so why not choose the best? Donaldsonville Glass and Body.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
And we're about to start the third quarter. As you can see, Catholic High getting ready to kick off to East Ascension. Jeff Porsche, David Swacker with you. And the second half about to get underway. This is a good news, bad news kind of situation here with the word that I got coming out of halftime. The good news is they could be down as much as 21, 24 to nothing as the number of possessions downfield. So they've kind of minimized the damage so far. The bad news is they're going to have to go. They're going to have to go with Dunn for a while. Talked to Loyson Porta at halftime. He told me Cullen Wheat separated shoulder. He's out.
And I'm just telling you, Jeff. You know, nobody ever wants to hear that on any player that you have, no matter what level it is. Hopefully, you know, with the great training staffs that all the high schools have and in the area. I know Baton Rouge Physical Therapy helps out East Ascension a great deal with Gus Kateris over there. Hopefully he can get that thing rectified, and then hopefully Dunn can get things going here.
We're going to get a flag here as they were
not way offsides, but
it was definitely offsides. About 3 or 4 guys on the right side.
Exactly. They looked like they were in unison, all taking a step about a yard past the 40-yard line when the ball was kicked.
So they're going to push it back another 5 yards. And that might be a blessing here for East Ascension, because we're talking about how can't return these kicks because they're going into the end zone. Pushing it back 5 yards, they may get Cale Babin a chance to return it right here. So that could be interesting.
Yeah, Cale's back there, your middle return guy. 3 guys deep. Boy, I'm going to tell you what, there's a hole right here in the middle.
Yes, for sure. So, yeah, you see Goodlow back deep to receive as well as number 13, Xavier Jupiter. Still goes in the end zone, so tough break.
That's a weapon right there.
And that was an extra 5 yards, so they're going 65 yards into the end zone. And when you can do that, as the rules dictate, that's as good a weapon as you got on special teams.
So you have Cale Babin, one of your best return guys, probably in the state. Can't return that. He can return punts if you get him in that punting situation.
So a lightning delay, we're getting word over at McKinley, 14-0 Santa Maria in the second quarter. So they're well on their way, but it might be a long night for them. First down, some positive yardage as a pass completed to Samuel out on the right side.
So this is what I like about this. Number one, here we are blocking the second guy now.
Yes.
And you get 5 yards, but you know who's catching this, Jeff? Samuel.
Yes.
And Samuel's not a receiver, but he's a running back / receiver. And when he gets that ball as a receiver, he turns basically into a running back and could, down that sideline, could make something positive happen. A lot of empty formation here now.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of that probably from here on out, and Dunn's going to keep it. And that's what the spread does. It opens up the middle of the field, and he's able to get a few yards just short of a first down.
Well, watch this fake and go if we get this replay here. Not going to get this one, but if Dunn would look and maybe veer it out to the left just a little bit, it looked like a bigger crease instead of that cutback where people are pursuing to the ball.
3rd and 1. This is a situation that Catholic High was in their opening drive in the first half. A lot of 3rd and 1s, and they were able to convert a couple of times. Quarterback sneak, and he is pushed back and then steps forward. So good job of awareness and then going off the left tackle and gets the first down.
Outstanding job. Watch a Catholic coming right here at the last second. Well timed out. Coach Lee needs to maybe put that in on his clipboard there. Tell somebody up there next time maybe go on a longer count and might be able to easily get that first down with a penalty.
Had a Woodlawn flashback last night because that's what happened near the end of the game as he was plugged up in the middle and then went off the right tackle and scored a touchdown. First down, there's Samuel, and he's going to be wrestled down after about a 3 or 4 yard gain. So it's going to be 2nd down and about 7. Good pursuit on the defensive side by number 9, Wesley Woodward. You see him coming in and wrapping up on the tackle. A couple of other Catholic High defenders right there after a 4 yard gain. So it's going to be 2nd down and 6. So good positive yardage on first down. Dunn, you're going to see him the rest of the night most probably, and you have an empty backfield. You're going to see a lot of that. You see Samuel in motion. And it's going to be a fake and pass down low and incomplete to Chopin. They just haven't been able to get those passes to Chopin because if you can get it to him, he can do some damage.
Well, you have this situation right here that I like. That second receiver, if you only have one receiver out there, that little outside backer, strong safety type guy can get under that little hitch. Right there, when you hook up right there with the inside guy at the strong safety, that opens up that outside receiver and just got to complete that pass. You got a 3rd and 6 situation.
And that's the 2nd or 3rd time they had that. They were put in that position. The pass was low. Dunn now has some time, and he's overthrowing Chopin. They just can't get the ball to Chopin here tonight. They did maybe once or twice, but still struggling on the passing game.
Watch Chopin crossing the field. Right there, you got to get it to him.
Yeah, just a little late. Dunn's going to figure that out with a little more experience, and he's going to get a lot of experience. As if you missed the discussion a few minutes ago, Wheat is out for this game, possibly longer with a broken collarbone. So,
well, they think it's separated or broken. I'm not real sure what.
I don't recall off the top of my head now that I think about it, but it's either separated or broken. But it's going to be a while. The punt coming from Tellis down at the 35.
Well,
that's a just good return. Good job of finding the seam and cutting through from Reinholz.
Something they may want to look in, trying to punt that ball towards the sideline, because that low line drive kick gets that ball, and is able to make a move, get down that sideline, make a couple of moves on that play. So it's a strong possibility because this is at least the 4th punt for East Ascension tonight. Now Catholic 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line.
EATEL has had the last couple of punts. First couple came from Wheat. And this is a situation now in the third quarter with a 14-0 lead and East Ascension's offense struggling. They're just going to probably try to run the ball, run some clock, get some points, not do anything really complicated here. As you see a lot of runs there from the quarterback, O'Connor. He's just dancing around, making something happen.
And, he's trying to go left, and evidently there was a mix-up there, and so he cuts back and, ends up making a few yards on the play. Making something good.
And it runs a little bit of
nothing.
time off the clock, too,
Yeah.
which is what you got to start thinking about if you're Catholic and you got this lead right here. 2nd and 7. Pitch. And a loss on the play. Nice tackle by number 47 in the backfield. That's Britton Ragusa. We hadn't called him tonight, but he's one of the outstanding linebackers for the EA Spartans.
Boy, just comes through there, basically untouched. I know that linebacker read, if all of a sudden it's clear, that means people blocking left and right, and there's a gap right there, and you come in there, and he came in hard and made a nice play.
And that's what they need to get the ball back here. It's 3rd and long, 3rd down and 8 from the 48, and it's a play action rollout to the left, looking deep downfield. Now he's in trouble. Now he's going to try to get away. He does get away from the first guy, but he's picked up for no gain. A good job of staying in his lane. Marcellus Taylor, number 54, the linebacker.
Well, I like the start of East Ascension here in this second half. Last week, the first offensive play for St. Charles in the second half goes for a touchdown.
But you get a 3-and-out right here, and that's definitely a positive. Now we'll see if Cale Babbitt can do anything on the punt
first
return.
3-and-out tonight for Catholic also.
That's right.
Well, Cale Babbitt is back here at the 15-yard line.
7:20 left to go. This game is just moving fast, and good job by the punter just getting that ball, gets it away, and he's not going to have a chance to return it. That takes a sideways bounce, bit of an EA bounce, and it's going to go to about the 23-yard line. So not bad field position, but EA has just had a long field here all night, 28-yard punt. And we talk about field position and long fields and short fields. That's been one thing here tonight. Catholic High has had the short field most of the night. EA's has to go from their 20, 30-yard line every series.
And, here we are, number 8, Dunn in the backfield as your quarterback. And, boy, it seems like you could
They do try to run the ball right here, and that's Washington, Kendall Washington, number 2. He hasn't been playing much here tonight and the nights before. He's been a little dinged up so far in the season. He's really explosive, though. He's the back that if he finds a hole, he's gone. But they hadn't been able to do that so far here this season.
Yeah, both their running backs have the ability to, do some outstanding things offensively. And hopefully with some time, they'll get it going.
They just need to find a little bit of a rhythm, and finding a consistent quarterback is going to have something to do with that, because once they get a passing game going, then you can open up the running game a little bit. You see Cale Babin coming in, and he is set up as a slot receiver, but there's a little bit of confusion. He came onto the field late, and so we have a delay of game, I believe, going to be called against the Spartans.
I'm not certain it's delay a game or if they just called a timeout.
They are marking it back 5 yards, though. I think Babin was late getting onto the field, and he was trying to set up in that slot position, but just a little bit of confusion right there. Coach Lee trying to make something happen on offense, trying to find the right combination, the right rhythm. It's going to be done at quarterback. We've seen Washington here on this series. Samuel and Cale Babbitt have also seen action at running back, just not getting the passes downfield to the receivers this season so far. Done on 2nd down. Now he's going to try. He's got Chopin open, and it's caught. Has to go to his knees, though, and it's caught at the 30-yard line, so it's short of a first down.
Well, Catholic doing what I consider a good job defensively, just backing up and playing that cover 3 look right there, and let you catch it short, then go up there and tackle them. But, that's a big gain. That's a 12-yard gain on the play.
And we'll have the hydration break, and we'll keep it here and talk about 5A rankings on the season as State Writers Association Class 5A Top 10 for Week 4. And you see Catholic right there, 1-2. Not often you see 2 1-2 teams in the top 10, but Catholic and John Curtis, they play just a rough schedule.
It is a strange year, but I'm going to tell you one that hadn't been strange for about the last 10 to 12 years, and that's Acadiana.
You're right.
Probably 4 state championships. Rummel's the same way.
Right.
Zachary's the same way. Brother Martin's a new guy on the block. Ruston, many years ago, was all on top. Catholic's right there. And look, you have Ruston and Acadiana playing tonight.
And that's going to be a great game.
And West Monroe started off with a bad loss to Karen Crow. Curtis, first time since the first year of their school that they lost 2 games in a row.
That's just amazing.
Unreal.
Unbelievable stats. Coached by the same person the entire time.
Exactly.
3rd down and short.
Curtis did not win a game their first.
But once that program started rolling and on 3rd down,
their first year in as a school, they did not win a game. And I think the next year they won a state championship. And they've done that about 20-something times since then.
Right. Pass to Goodlow was incomplete, just a little bit short. And now they're going to have to punt again with 5:33 left to go. And you're talking about Curtis and their 1-2 record and a game of the week tonight in high school football, probably Acadiana versus Ruston. Both Dutchtown and East Ascension got their fill of Ruston last season in the playoffs, and they've got that running back Hargrove who's going to play at LSU next year. They've got some talent for sure. Now the punt coming from Tellis. And a line drive taken at the 36 to midfield, and he has been stumbling forward. He stumbled forward for about 20 yards.
And have they not returned this thing every time into their bench? And does a great job picking that ball up on the hop, the big hop.
That's Joshua Wax, number 15. We haven't talked about him here tonight.
You see here, if you look at the field, the 50 all the way to the scoreboard end, there's hardly any ruts on the field. The whole game has been played here on the right.
You're exactly right. 2 or 3 series downfield in the second quarter for Catholic High. They were going in the other direction in the first quarter. Not much was happening. First down, O'Connor with the pass, complete. About a 7-yard gain caught by number 4, Daniel Harden. So positive yards on first down.
A nice little hitch right there all by yourself. East Ascension had a 44 outside linebacker underneath it.
That's Blake Thompson, number 44. 2nd and 3 now. O'Connor from the shotgun. And there's a handoff. Trying the right side, and a big hole, 25-20 into the red zone. A nice run by Corey Singleton, number 25. Hadn't seen much of him. He's got a dry jersey there tonight.
Not much, but look at 14's jersey. I mean, because he's been carrying the ball on all these option plays.
And we have a whistle. Let's see what's happening here. Play did not go off. Was everybody set? I don't think that was it. I think they were trying to do a little hurry up, trying to get up East Ascension, try to catch them napping right there and get a little cheap extra yardage. No, it's a penalty. So there is a penalty. I did not see what that was. May have snapped the ball while they were rotating players in and out.
Or could have been an offsides.
Could have been. They definitely tried to snap it very quickly. Shotgun. And O'Connor throwing to the end zone. Little fade to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Good job on the coverage there by Cale Babin.
Boy, Cale did an outstanding job. Basically, it looks like he might have gone and gotten one of those buses back there. I mean, that was so far. Knocked the ball out. Outstanding play there into the corner of the end zone.
And I think we're going to take a little break here. The lightning was everywhere right there. And we're going to take a break with 4:28 lightning delay is about to happen, so we're going to be 30 minutes at least. So 8:27, it'll be 8:57 before we come back at the earliest. And there is supposed to be some strikes around here and possibly some rain tonight.
Well, you know, you can hear the siren going off. The school board has done a tremendous job with this at all 4 of the high schools.
Yes.
And anytime there is a lightning situation, I think it's within 6 miles. Anybody that's outside, you know, it doesn't matter if you're the band, if you're cross country, you know, swim team right over here practicing, and of course football.
Yes.
And that's this time of the year. Of course, this wouldn't pertain to volleyball because it's an indoor activity.
Yes.
You have to come in, and there has to be 30 minutes of non-thunder and lightning time. And a couple of weeks ago at Santa Ma, we didn't have to wait on that because it was, you know, a pretty big score to not much of a score with Sophie B. Wright and Santa Ma. So
looks like the rain is kind of just starting to begin now, so it might be a little storm passing through. So this might be a little extended delay right here, but you got to do it, especially when you're talking about sports like baseball and football, where you got to get the parents off the metal stands and the band members and all that type
Jeff,
of stuff.
this is the whole thing. You know, back in the day,
yes,
it used to be a coach would decide this.
Yeah.
And you know what the coaches were saying? Get on out. Get back out there, you know. And then, you know, I know this is a procedure that goes through. There is an official that meets with the trainers and meets with an administrator before the game of all the teams. And this is how we're going to handle the lightning situation. What do you have here at East Ascension High School? If something happens within 6, you know, and you can see the rain on our screen right here, something happens within 6 miles, this siren's going to go off, and, you know, it takes the responsibility out of everybody.
Yes.
And that is the best thing for the kids and, of course, the spectators, too.
You don't want to, and don't want to turn it into an unfair advantage or anything like that. Because, you know, you could get reasoning like if a team's got some momentum and you want to stop that momentum, well, we're going to get off the field. So, and you talked about other things like just go out there and suck it up and play it. But
and you know, I'm at Galvez still coaching right now. I mean, we don't get a siren at Galvez or at Dutchtown Middle School or at Central Middle School, but each coach is connected to the school board's alarm or alert system.
Yes.
And it is mandatory that if you get this alert, you and your kids have to immediately get off of that field, and rightfully so.
Yeah, it's a safety issue. So we're going to take a break here and run some commercials, and we'll come back a little bit later, and we'll talk about some things, talk about the game, talk about some other things happening around the parish and in 5A. But Swag and I are going to take a little short break, and you'll see some of our sponsors here tonight, and then we'll talk about it some more. 14-0, and there's another lightning strike, so another 30 minutes off the board. So we'll be back. So it's after 9 o'clock before we'll begin again. But you're watching the EATEL Game of the Week.
Hi, Erin, reminding you it's time to speed things up with all-fiber internet from EATEL. Your connectivity needs keep expanding, streaming, surfing, and playing games. And EATEL continues to stay ahead of the curve with the fastest speeds. Plus, our Eero whole home Wi-Fi will eliminate dead spots in your home. EATEL takes the hassle out of setting things up so you get our #1 rated reliability from the bedroom to the patio. As always, you will get the personal service you deserve from EATEL. Fast, local, reliable.
Get ready to kick off the savings at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. Save $11,000 on new 2020 Sierra or 2020 Envision, $13,000 off at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. New Sierra, $11,000 off. 2020 Envision, $13,000 off. RossDowningHammond.com. RossDowningGonzales.com.
Piku Builder Supply, your one-stop lumberyard, provides an extensive selection of quality building supplies for your new construction and remodeling. We offer computer-aided estimating of your building and remodeling plans, as well as blueprint copies. From humble beginnings to becoming the industry leader in Gonzales and beyond, Piku proudly supports our local community because we believe in giving back to those who have had a hand in our success. Let the experts at Piku Builder Supply help you with your new project today.
You care about your car. So do we. Donaldsonville Glass and Body has been around for over 40 years, providing unparalleled collision repairs and customer service, especially when you and your car are having the worst day ever. When you demand exceptional workmanship, call Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Free pickup for your collision repairs and get it back as good as new. It's your choice, so why not choose the best? Donaldsonville Glass and Body.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
Hi, Monica Arnold, reminding you that your support of EATEL Cares is helping education in our area. Volunteer Ascension is a dynamic organization in our area. Their annual school tools drive gets kids the resources they need to succeed. The EATEL Technology Awards provides laptops for college to deserving seniors. Teachers are awarded cash for resources through our Reach a Kid grants. We could not do it without your patronage. Thanks for supporting EATEL and education.
We're in a lightning delay here at East Ascension High School, Spartan Stadium. Our score with 4:28 left to go in the third quarter is Catholic High 14, East Ascension nothing. During that commercial break, we had another lightning strike, so we're still about 30 to 29 minutes away, provided we have no more strikes. And so we're going to keep it here for the live stream here on YouTube on the EATEL channel. So we're 6 miles from the strikes, and so it might be a little while before we come back. And so since we're doing the live stream, we're not going to stop the live stream, but we're going to mute the audio. And so we're not going to be talking here, but you're going to see the lightning delay up there on the screen. So we'll periodically check in perhaps and let you know where we are on the lightning strikes or the weather situation. But right now we're going to just run the video. You can watch the rain. Enjoy the rain, folks. That's just a lot of fun to do sometimes, right? And so we'll take that break. We're going to keep it here, though, and just check back in a little bit later, and we'll get back to the action in 30 minutes or later. And there's another lightning strike, so still 30 minutes. We'll be back later. Have fun.
hours a night. A week.
Look at that whole
The thing is, but when you're in here 2 hours a day or
okay, okay, wait, let's see. Let me find it. The guy's selling math, but picture is good. When I saw it, I'm like, oh, please.
After 6 o'clock,
You're making it seem like it's like What? That's what you're looking at? Yeah, I'm looking at that. He makes math. This is a picture for his math. It was only time.
It's a stamp on the
No, I mean, if you want me, I'm not using my money.
money maker.
I don't got any money.
Shake your money maker. That's the album we were listening to earlier. That was
Black Rose.
There we go. Yeah, Black Rose. Out in your mail for a while.
Yeah, what you want?
I don't think they're selling them. They're gonna miss it. Pocket berry. The weather app I have is supposed to tell me if there's lightning, but it didn't. They weren't selling it. Try to get it and see if I can put that thing on. My notification on. I want to know when the lightning hits for me. I think that's all.
Actually, one day just do this and not realize someone does watch it. Yes, it's right. It's right. One for $1. Permanent one for $8. I want to get another drink. I can go look for that. Then when I get there, I'm gonna call y'all. Be like, hey, so we got blah 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 blah. Why do we have that open? I don't know. No, I guess the water drips off that way. Yeah, why do we have to hold this?
Will we get wet?
It doesn't get wet. Why is it open? And plus, you don't even get it right here. That's
Oh, here
kind of
comes
cool,
the,
especially
here
right
comes the
there.
Beto part.
Can you see it like that? And
It's probably a better thing than check the weather on too. But up here, same thing. They could. Although this is a district.
yep. Like 50 people have gotten hurt. I remember training. Yeah, you want me to go down there to see? Can we reschedule tomorrow? I have a mask.
So, I sent him up last week. Got something like me. I'm not sure.
Sorry, Charlie.
It doesn't, it gives me the minutes to count down.
Dude, that didn't get wet.
Oh, see, man? Zero to 8, 19. Last night they were far enough away.
So how long? How many times do we have left?
19. And I'll pocket that.
Right now, it's clear.
I'm not sure. And it's supposed to be decided by the well, the referees maybe they have to say maybe.
And that one was pretty obvious. It's legitimately a full sky bubble.
What's that show called? What's that movie called?
That's it. That's the,
I just love that show. It makes it hard to get on the face.
other people. No, not there either. I mean, I know you're doing, that's what you're doing in the movie. The music. All the way down.
unforgivable scaffolding.
20 minutes and 45 seconds.
So you know that for a what is that? I think I have that on.
Pocket Ferry.
Yeah.
Now this is the one at the school. Same range.
Well, it didn't make a noise the last time you tried to. It must be far away.
Ron just told me
Yes.
turf is coming in some capacity next year. Hopefully illegally piss off some hockey fields. I'll pick the engineer, architect, designer next month. First priority is to develop a schedule of fields.
They have stuff.
May be able to talk a little bit about it and have not next week.
Looks like they're still selling it.
Got that, Jeffro?
Looks like they're still selling it.
Let me know. Let me get some information out.
Look, all those pictures are closed off, right? So it's not. You'll be able to see through them.
Maybe you shouldn't jump back on. Maybe say, well, look, our people will get with your people. We'll have
Jeff, are you going to the game next week? I know your son's a quarterback.
Did you know that your life satisfaction?
Candy for 50% off.
Because we only had $5.
They gave us 50 cents. It's like, oh, like music. Well, I was thinking there was a 5 in there somewhere.
They got that. I'm sorry. I have money. It just wasn't in my pocket. Oh, it's not closing.
No, make it catch.
Drop my gun. It lands on my pocket. I need to see
Look. You can hear them.
if I throw it far enough out, then
No, do not throw it.
it's not going to hit anybody. Ow. It's not going to hit anybody.
Okay. I didn't know it was yeah.
Everything they sell has to be. Yeah. And they even do that at school. That's kind of gross. They pull the whole thing off.
3, 4 of them.
No, dip some stuff in. I don't want to eat it.
Dipping's fine. I didn't think y'all were going to eat it.
I'm not gonna. I actually said 4.
No, we can-
Yeah, it was for
let's
Dad.
go for it.
Oh, it's better for it.
No.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh no! Stop! Never mind. I won't touch it.
I was being rude. Well, first of all, I agree. That's it sounds like they're different.
It's for Dad.
It's not. I'm joking. It's not. No way I'm eating the whole thing. I'm like, come on. No, I don't like it. Yeah, not exactly hot quality.
My wife said we're 17 minutes away from
That's the only kind of nacho cheese I'm used to.
damn thing.
I know.
Except another strike. Now, 39 minutes from that. 30 minutes from that. So, good choice, man.
Beef. It's like plastic cheese mixed with beef.
Or you can sit here, whatever you want to do.
Oh, it's better than the top of my jaw. Wait, that's the top of my palate. That's what I get at school. That's so much better than the school nachos normally. Not like that. They pour it on there.
No.
But they give us like individual individual. I am thinking about some pita with hummus and some bitter cheese.
be much better.
We have that right now.
But we don't have it right now. I'm gonna pick it up. Let's just have me a place to put it.
Just want a jalapeno.
You want the jalapeno?
I eat jalapenos. They were talking about huckleberries. See what you're talking about. You see how it looks like there's nobody right there? Yeah. I could rub my mouth.
What's up, baby?
Also, Mom, look. She climb up to the top. But also, Mom, my hand fits between her running through the parking lot. It literally was like a river. If you saw the water, like the wind going through it, and it looked like there was like a river. Mom, you said Alex was gonna be able to tell her, you know, with helping them. Like, that tree is so cute. Always think that. How big that tree is. Actually
Jeff Porsche here at Spartan Stadium, and our score of 14-0. And we're still in the lightning delay, but we have been informed that the players, as you can see, are hitting the field, and there's going to be a 3-minute warm-up period, and then they're going to start the game. We were just informed by an official that the rough time that they're trying to start this game up again would be 9:30. That's 5 minutes from now. So we will be back in just a moment. So you can stick around, and we will take a break, and we'll run some commercials. And when we come back, we should be just about ready for action. You're watching the Game of the Week, EATEL.
Hi, Erin, reminding you it's time to speed things up with all-fiber internet from EATEL. Your connectivity needs keep expanding, streaming, surfing, and playing games. And EATEL continues to stay ahead of the curve with the fastest speeds. Plus, our eero whole home Wi-Fi will eliminate dead spots in your home. EATEL takes the hassle out of setting things up so you get our #1 rated reliability from the bedroom to the patio. As always, you will get the personal service you deserve from EATEL. Fast, local, reliable.
Get ready to kick off the savings at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. Save $11,000 on new 2020 Sierra or 2020 Envision, $13,000 off at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. New Sierra, $11,000 off. 2020 Envision, $13,000 off. RossDowningHammond.com. RossDowningGonzales.com.
Piku Builder Supply, your one-stop lumberyard, provides an extensive selection of quality building supplies for your new construction and remodeling. We offer computer-aided estimating of your building and remodeling plans, as well as blueprint copies. From humble beginnings to becoming the industry leader in Gonzales and beyond, Piku proudly supports our local community because we believe in giving back to those who have had a hand in our success. Let the experts at Piku Builder Supply help you with your new project today.
You care about your car. So do we. Donaldsonville Glass and Body has been around for over 40 years, providing unparalleled collision repairs and customer service, especially when you and your car are having the worst day ever. When you demand exceptional workmanship, call Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Free pickup for your collision repairs and get it back as good as new. It's your choice, so why not choose the best? Donaldsonville Glass and Body.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
Hi, Monica Arnold, reminding you that your support of EATEL Cares is helping education in our area. Volunteer Ascension is a dynamic organization in our area. Their annual school tools drive gets kids the resources they need to succeed. The EATEL Technology Awards provides laptops for college to deserving seniors. Teachers are awarded cash for resources through our Reach a Kid grants. We could not do it without your patronage. Thanks for supporting EATEL and education.
14-0. There's 4:28 left to go in the third quarter when we resume play, which should be in about 2 to 3 minutes if we have been informed correctly. When we get back to the action, it's going to be, I believe, second or third down for Catholic High. You may recall the final play before the lightning strike was a pass incomplete into the end zone down in the far corner of the field by the trees, by the buses out there, and then you had the huge lightning strike. And so Catholic High is in scoring position when we come back. They already have a 14-0 lead. Another touchdown is going to put this game very put EA deep in a hole, and that's the play that you saw right before the lightning strike, the incomplete pass. Nice coverage there by Cale Babin. So Swack's with me now, and Coach, what are you looking for? What happens in a situation like this when you've been out for an hour?
Well, if you ahead 14-0, it's probably some good times, and you talk about some things. You break up offensively, defensively. You don't get all worked up or anything because it's going to be at least 30 minutes, and then I think we had 2 or 3 lightning strikes after that, and that time it's not 6 minutes. It's not 6 miles. It's 8 miles, and so that had to resurface or reset to 30 minutes. So it takes a little bit of while. I personally been only in a couple of these situations, but I really like for the kids to be a little bit by themselves, to be kind of talking about what needs to happen, especially if I was on the East Ascension side. I think some senior leadership needs to rise to the occasion. Look, let me just tell you, it's 14-0, and East Ascension maybe hadn't crossed the 50-yard line yet.
Right.
But I'm going to just tell you, this ball could get on the ground real easy. East Ascension has plenty of athletes that can make plays, and they can make plays in the offensively, defensively, or in the kicking game. So, when you go and talk to your kids, you want to assure them this is not over with. And we have got to continue to improve, especially offensively, for the Spartans. If I'm on the other side with Catholic, you're really doing a good job. A quarterback has really, I thought, has played exceptionally well for Catholic as far as getting up and down the field in the option game, and has not just pitched the ball just to be pitching it. So it's going to be interesting just to see we fixing to start up right here.
So it's 2nd and 5, and thanks for that insight there, Coach. It's 2nd and 5, and O'Connor, the quarterback for Catholic High, out the shotgun. And he's going to keep it, now pitch it, and getting to the corner. He's got enough for a first down. Slide, so maybe a little bit short. That field's definitely going to be slick. That's Tate Nicholas, and that's the sloppy, wet side of the field. That's been where we see most of the action here tonight, right, Coach?
And I may not be certain on this, but I'm watching the quarterback, O'Connor, and it looks like he's trying to square his shoulders up, and he looks like he's looking down the field at a possible throw, and if it's not there, he either keeps it or he pitches it to the outside.
He did get enough for the first down, Nicholas, and now he gets the carry again, and he's down to about the 5-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and goal, just a little short run by Tate Nicholas. He's a 3rd, 4th back, and they got just a ton of talent out there. 2nd down and goal.
Well, you can see, got to be coming to the right here.
And East Ascension late getting a player in, but they are able to get that player in. And on 2nd down, Nicholas up the middle, and he's taken down from behind by Ragusa. They're trying to keep him out the end zone, and they do. So he's down at the 1-yard line, but watch you going to see Ragusa come up here and drag him down.
Good job right there by the linebacker, 47. Coming in, that's Ragusa. And then the Spartans come to rally to help him out, to drive him back. So, you're on about the 2-yard line with a 3rd and 1 situation, or
3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
And there's a handoff and an easy touchdown right at the middle by George Hart. Their starting running back gets into the end zone, and it's 20-0.
Well, he lines up in the Wildcat situation. Everybody blocks down. Little motion guy kicks out, and kind of easy score there.
You can see Cale Babin on the right side of the field pointing out that the running back's going to get the ball. It's pointing at his defense, watch that guy. And he was trying to come around the field to reach him, but he could not get there in time. And so it's the extra point coming, and it's up. And it's good. So with 3:09 left to go in the 3rd quarter, it's now 21-0 Catholic High ahead of East Ascension. We'll take a break. You're watching the EATEL Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank Piku Builder Supply, Donaldsonville Glass and Body, SKR Construction Corporation, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, Eustace Mortgage, Ross Downing, GMC, for their support of the EA Sports Medicine Program.
We just came out of about a 1 hour weather break with lightning delays, and after the lightning delay, Catholic High goes the final 11 yards of their drive, and they make it 21-0, and now Catholic High will kick from their 40. We're expecting this to go through the end zone and for a touchback. Cale Babbins back deep just in case. Yeah, that's a touchback. Hits the uprights. I believe it hit the crossbar maybe, or near that area. So now...
Pretty strong kick wherever it hit.
Exactly.
And look, I'm assuming he's the same kid that tried the 50-plus yard field goal last week to win the game.
Yep, and he's got a next-level leg, that's for sure. And now East Ascension, this has been the problem here tonight. Their offense gets on the field, and they haven't been able to move it so far. Dunn's at quarterback. We'll talk about that in a second. Samuel with the ball, and that's a short game. Dunn in the game at quarterback. In case you missed the first half, Wheat, quarterback, either has a separated or a broken collarbone, and he's not going to see action for the rest of the night, maybe for a little while.
Well, if Darnell has this situation that they just had, where you have one defensive back and on your three little bunch receivers, that pass needs to go over here to these three receivers. Right now you have 1 on 3. Throw it to the outside here.
They're looking that way. They throw it downfield, and it's up for grabs and nearly intercepted. Chopin had to knock that away from the defensive back, number 7 for Catholic High, number 7, Arthur Perkins.
I mean, that's 2 receivers right there in the same spot. You know, I just say throw it out there like a little quick screen and have your athletes block on their defensive athletes and see if you could pick up some yardage.
Lewis.
You know, if they're only going to put 2 guys or 1 guy, that means the rest of them are in there to stop your run game.
Right. And really not respecting the passing game here again. You see it again, and you see those 3 receivers, and he's looking that way. Now he's going to be dropped for a sack. And so just not enough time, too much pressure, and it's going to be 4th down. Just not an impressive series of downs there for East Ascension. You see the pressure coming right up the middle, number 65 with the sack. That's Menino, excuse me. And so now we have another punt. And
this is the scary part of Wetfield, even though, you know, I'm sure both teams are doing an outstanding job making sure dry balls are in on every snap. Because you snap it for shotgun, you snap it for punt, you snap it for extra points.
And now Tellez, that's a nice little punt, good hang time, 49-yard line. And now dancing around, and a flag's going to come in. And so it looks like Ragusa was blocked from behind, a little slow getting up, and so they'll push that back probably 10 yards.
Well, I love, you know, the return of Catholic High. You know, first time they brought it this way, maybe because the kick was towards this direction, but they've gotten great yardage, and it's been all in East Ascension territory right here. The penalty's going to bring them back past the 50.
This is the part of the game where when you're playing a team like Catholic that is that has sound offense and sound defense and a lot of talent. This is the kind of situation when you play in Catholic where a game could go from 14-0 to about 28 or 35-0 really quick because you start to get demoralized at this point in the game.
Well, you know, you got to have leadership, and East Ascension's defense has been pretty solid all year.
Yes, that's for sure. But you're getting to the point where this game might be getting a little bit out of reach, and we'll see how the defense responds to that. Looks like they're responding pretty well as they're going to get pressure on the running back, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. So great job by that defense, wrapping up the running back, number 25.
Well, you know, basically you just got a hand sweep right here to the outside, and, you know, East Ascension athletically can run. and they were able to get out there for a 2-yard loss on the play.
So there's still fight left in this defense, and that's the strong point of this team this season is their defense. It's been their offense in recent years, but this year their defense is definitely leading the way. Second down, and the quarterback's going to keep it. Looked like he was trying to throw downfield. Now keeps it, gets about 6 yards up to the 45. That's going to bring up third down at about 7.
Connor right here, checking out the throw.
Just decided to tuck it in and run, not risk a turnover. Tackled by Riante Jones. It's third down and 7 from the 45. Maybe approaching the end of the third quarter, maybe the last play of the third quarter right here. We will see.
East Ascension with a 4-man front.
Shotgun snap, looking right all the way, pass complete to midfield, and a first down most likely. Caught by number 86. That's Matthew Tilley, a senior wide receiver. So first down does go out of bounds, so that will stop the clock with 11 seconds left to go here. So this may be the final play of the third quarter right here. And Catholic High has been where they have been most of the night on the East Ascension side of the field. Shotgun formation, man in motion.
Going back.
And now the play fake, looking around, in trouble, and he's dropped for a sack. East Ascension's defense not giving up. Number 54 with the sack right there, Marcellus Taylor. And we are at the end of the third quarter. As you see the replay, Taylor coming in and wrapping him up. And that's going to end our third quarter. And our score 21-0. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in a moment. You're watching the EATEL Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank Piku Builder Supply, Donaldsonville Glass and Body, SKR Construction Corporation, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, Eustis Mortgage, Ross Downing GMC for their support of the EA Sports Medicine Program.
Fourth quarter ready to begin. Portion swag out here. Late night now at Spartan Stadium. This game was moving very quickly, but then we had the 1 hour lightning delay, and so fourth quarter just beginning right here at about 9:45. Our score 21-0. Catholic with the lead.
You see on that sideline, you see things that you don't want to see. People getting banged up with some injuries and stuff.
Yes.
On the East Ascension sideline.
It's been an unlucky night as far as injuries have gone so far tonight for the Spartans. But the defense with the sack on the last play and 6-yard loss, make it a 7-yard loss. So now it's going to be second down and 17 for the Catholic High Bears. And in the fourth quarter, all they basically have to do is play keep away, not make any turnovers, and they will come out with a win.
A little motion to the backfield.
O'Connor rolling out, throws downfield, incomplete. In the direction of number 20, George Harden. Swack, the defense doing a good job here. They
doing a good job, and it looks like Catholic is running some plays that, we've been working on these. Let's go ahead and try them out. And that one didn't work too good. Of course, when it's second and 17, you look at that play sheet, and I'm not real certain what plays actually do work on a consistent basis.
You don't really see that often.
Saw the last series, it looked like they were trying to work on the running game.
Now third down and no gain. George Hart on the carry, and he's pushed backwards. So East Ascension's defense trying to lead the way and trying to get the ball back for their offense.
And the thing I like about this, Jeff, is somebody either on that sideline or out on that field is getting after their teammates on the defensive front and have done a tremendous job. I know it's 21-0, but I don't care what league you play in. If you stay out on the field long enough, it's going to wear on you a little bit.
Yeah, I know for sure. And a bobbled snap, but no pressure. And then a beautiful punt, as that's maybe headed to the end zone. No, oh, did they stop it? Oh, it's a touchback. You see him indicating a touchback. Nearly stopped that ball at the 1 yard line.
Well, I think the rule is if you break that plane.
He did.
And that referee's right there to make that call. Outstanding effort there by the gunner for Catholic High School.
Yeah, number 7, Arthur Perkins. He nearly saved that ball and would have put East Ascension
Well, we finally got on this end of the field here, Jeff.
Yeah, we haven't seen much action on this far side. And most of the action in that second and third quarter is going from right to left with the Catholic High offense. First quarter, not much action on this side of the field. Catholic did not move the ball very much in the first quarter. And East Ascension not moving the ball much right there, a 5-yard loss.
You know, we look at the field, Jeff, and
that part of the field looks pristine.
But, you know, through the bond issue and the people of Ascension Parish, you know, you're going to build a new high school in the Prairieville area. In fact, I think it's going to be called Prairieville High.
Yes, it is.
And then one of the big things is they're going to turf all of the fields. Now, probably there are 50 to 100 turf fields in Louisiana now, and it's nice. It's about that time that the Ascension Parish handles that, and that'll be for all 4 of the high schools. Actually, 5 high schools with a new one being built here in a couple of years.
And especially with the middle schools playing on the high school fields, those things can get eaten up very quickly, and there's an interception. About 10 yards overthrown, down to the 30, down to the 25, to the 20, and deep downfield, and the interception made by number 22.
Well, just way overthrown, and a lot of defenders around. I think that was Goodlow.
Yes, it was. This is what we were talking about earlier, where I was trying to bring up. This is where it can get out of hand really quickly as you're trying to move the ball downfield.
Well, the big thing, Jeff, is if you're a defensive guy, you just probably you hind end just barely touch the bench, and you back out on the field.
So
and
that's discouraging. I know it's got to be kind of frustrating for that defense, but let's see if they can stop them right here. Handoff up the middle, and into the end zone. Number 5, Tay Nicholas. So it's 27-0.
And, you know, I'm not going to say I anticipated this, because actually for the East Ascension side, I was hoping that, you know, someone would make a play and kind of fire up the defense here to maintain a little push.
Right, but then when you get pushed back and you're at the 5-yard line after making a defensive stop, at some point you just start to get a little discouraged, I'm sure. So the extra point coming from Dupree. It's good. It's 28-0 with 10:22 left to go in the fourth quarter. We'll take a break. You're watching the EATEL Game of the Week.
Hi, Erin, reminding you it's time to speed things up with all-fiber internet from EATEL. Your connectivity needs keep expanding, streaming, surfing, and playing games. And EATEL continues to stay ahead of the curve with the fastest speeds. Plus, our eero whole home Wi-Fi will eliminate dead spots in your home. EATEL takes the hassle out of setting things up so you get our #1 rated reliability from the bedroom to the patio. As always, you will get the personal service you deserve from EATEL. Fast, local, reliable.
28-0, East Ascension trailing Catholic High. And Jeff Borsch joined by Coach David Swacker, and you've seen since the lightning delay a little bit more separation here as Catholic High scores 2 touchdowns very quickly.
Very quickly, and you know, the turnover situation has not been a bad deal tonight. You know, a lot of punts involved in the game.
Right.
Probably many more by East Ascension, and since the first drive, and East Ascension had a number of third down conversions or first downs, and they just have not consistently had that on any drive after that first initial drive.
And you talk about the turnovers. That was the first turnover of the night, I believe, on the Catholic High side. Comes minute into the fourth quarter. I believe the turnover situation is one apiece, as I can recall Catholic High fumbling and inside the 15-yard line and East Ascension recovering. So the turnovers really isn't the issue. It's just offense just not getting a rhythm right here with having to deal with one quarterback instead of two tonight. And we're going to see Dunn for the rest of the night most probably. And Dunn with the handoff, and that's Samuel, and he's got a nice hole. He gets about 9 yards. So good yardage on first down. A little bit of frustration there maybe at the end of the play. But a nice run on first down.
And, you know, winning the game is probably not an option right now, but determining what's going to happen next week when you go to Dutchtown, to me, is a big thing right here for the Spartans for the rest of this game.
And it's enough for a first down. As they say, he got to the 30-yard line. And we can talk about that game next week. We're both going to be out there covering it together. And one theme, I think, that you're going to see in common with both teams might be health, because you've seen these guys get a little beat up tonight, as on first down, Samuel's getting 2 or 3 yards. But you see a lot of players coming up injured here on the East Ascension side. Same thing happened last night against Woodlawn for Dutchtown. So,
yeah, and when you're dealing with the conditions that you have right now, sometimes it may be beneficial for you, but sometimes it may be something that affects your injury level a little bit more.
Yeah, and you don't want to have a short week in a situation like that when you're losing a bunch of players. That's what's going to happen next week as the game's on Thursday night. So a short week for East Ascension. Second down, pass downfield, looking for the receiver, incomplete, intended for number 13, Xavier Jupiter. It's incomplete. It's going to bring up third down.
Well, nice throw right here, just a little bit off target, and that's basically how your vertical throws. You know, they give you the old situation on those vertical throws. Most of them are going to be incomplete. Some of them are going to be complete, and a couple of them may be intercepted. So, but I think you need to try that from time to time. But when you're behind 28-0, you know, you could probably see a little bit of softness. Boy, East Ascension could throw it over to that trips formation.
And on third down, a sack coming right here. And it's going to bring up fourth down. So it's going to bring up 4th and 10 back at the 30. See the replay there, and just pressure there on defense by number 9, Wesley Woodward. And he gets the sack. It's going to bring up 4th down. Tella's in the punt. And all of a sudden, that game next week, East Ascension versus Dutchtown, our game of the week that we'll be doing together, you have Dutchtown 0-1 and kind of an unexpected loss last night. So you're going to have a game next week where both of these teams are going to be at the bottom of the district at 0-1 most likely. It's going to be a must-win for both teams as the punt. And good coverage there, Ragusa with the tackle.
Nice job, and Ragusa, to me, is probably played about as good a game as you could ask for defensively. Very consistent.
Right.
You know, this is what I would say about both teams at 0-1. You're probably not going to win the district championship, but we need to win as many games as possible so we can get into the playoffs.
Yes.
And, you know, I can still remember the old days when it was only the first and second place team went, and Tara won like week 10 and came out 6-4 in district and won the state championship.
That's crazy.
So you just never know what might happen.
As long as you get there, that's what matters, and then you can get hot at the right moment as a first down run right up the middle for 8 or 9 yards. And Catholic, of course, is going to be one of the favorites in the district every year. And one thing about teams like Dutchtown and East Ascension that they can kind of look forward to is they're not going to be playing Catholic, because they're going to be in the select playoffs, and Dutchtown and East Ascension will be in the non-select. Second down and 2.
Right side.
And so run up the middle and just gashing.
Well, you got that right side. You have a tight end over there. You have the blocking back or the up back or the H back, whatever you want to call him.
Right.
You can look at those offensive linemen, nice sized kids. 70 looks like he's just coming off the bench to play at the center spot. And now, one of your offensive linemen, your left guard, goes from left guard to tight end, so they definitely run it to the right here.
Yeah, they're just trying to run this clock out and come away with a win, and that's going to be a touchdown right there. An easy run up the middle by number 25, and that is Singleton, and so it's now 34-0. Just gashing holes up the middle.
Well, linebackers right there, they're running laterally right there, and they probably need to be attacking a hole or a gap because they just kind of overplaying, a little cutback run right there.
So now the extra point coming. Dupree ready to kick it. This game a little bit out of hand now as Catholic has come out on fire after the weather delay, and the extra point is good. So it's 35-0, and we'll take a break. You're watching the EATEL Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank Piku Builder Supply, Donaldsonville Glass and Body, SKR Construction Corporation, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, Eustis Mortgage, Ross Downing GMC for their support of the EA Sports Medicine Program.
35-0. Catholic kept it close for a while, basically until the weather delay and the rain and the thunder and the lightning. And since then, it's been 3 touchdowns in a row from Catholic High. The defense hasn't been able to stop them very often here since the weather delay and now the kickoff. And
probably the most impressive thing, I think the quarterback for Catholic's been highly impressive.
Yes.
But the kicker gets a game ball tonight as far as I'm concerned now.
Yeah.
Made the extra points. I saw he was 2 out of 3 on field goals coming into the this game. I know he missed the 50-something yarder. That was a hope and a prayer. But I saw where Coach said very capable of making that. But he has done an outstanding job. When you kick that ball in the end zone and you got to start it to 20 every time,
yes,
that is a weapon.
Right. First down, and there's a handoff to Washington. He gets about 5 or 6 yards, and you're right about that. But let's take an opportunity right now as we're getting late in this game to look at East Ascension's schedule for the rest of the season. Of course, 2-1 coming in. They're about to drop to 2-2. Then they get Dutchtown, like we talked about. That's a big game for both teams. Then they get Woodlawn, and Woodlawn, that's not a joke game anymore. And then McKinley, they'll probably get that one for sure. And then Santa Maria, another tough game.
And it's going to be, it's just going to be very interesting to see what happens in this schedule. And I'm glad, it looks like Catholic's put some reserves in.
Yes.
And I really like what Coach is doing right here. Let's see if we can toughen out some yards right here and make some first downs and see if we can just drive this thing down here and put us a score on the board.
Right, and that's Goodlow on the carry.
Might be something to start for next week.
Right. And you got to get some sort of offensive rhythm going, because this is what you're going to have next week, most likely going into that Dutchtown game. It's 1st and 10 right now for the Spartans. And that's overthrown and out of bounds and incomplete, not a lateral. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10. And again, more about that game next week. It's not necessarily do or die here. Maybe more for Dutchtown, though. You talk about Dutchtown as they lose to Woodlawn, and then if they lose to East Ascension, They're 0-2, and then they still have Catholic on the schedule, and that's going to be a really
well.
hard
You know what Dutchtown needs to be thinking about is getting into the playoffs, but more importantly, let me see if I can get that home game.
Yes.
And so the strategies for coaches. Got a water timeout, break hydration timeout.
Yes.
You know, so the coaches, you got a long ways left to go in this season right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get into the playoffs, it's going to be a long time. So, we got a good ways to go, and I look for Dunn to just get better and better as a quarterback.
Yeah, he's going to get with a lot more experience. And so you look at the Catholic High schedule here.
Well, U High has taken a couple of steps down.
Yeah.
Not bad by no means, but they're not, you know, the team in the Baton Rouge area that's them and Zachary and Catholic are the teams.
Right.
And Edna Carr, I mean, year in and year out, they're in that dome. And so you get into a district right here, I just don't see them. You know, I think Santa Ma's going to have to step up to the plate and say, we have the ability to play with these guys. And I think one of the things that they have going for them is offensively, I think they could compete. Now, whether they can hang with the defensive line, with the offensive line, that'll be.
Yeah, you're right about that. They do have a good offense, and Poirier is looking good so far this season.
And Dunn, what a great throw. And I'm just glad he threw where he threw. Everybody's going deep but one guy, and there he is. And Catholic says, throw it to him. We'll maybe you'll drop it, or we'll come and tackle him before you get a first down. Good job by Dunn right there.
Right. They get the first down and just needs to get some repetitions with his receivers in game situations. And that's what he's getting right
these
now.
are the situations that I look at right here, Coach. These three receivers out here to the right. Throw it out here, let the other two block. It's just like a running play.
But they're going to run the ball up the middle, and this is a new back in the game. I believe that's Damon Johnson, number 6.
But watch, Coach. Watch this replay. Watch the offensive line. I know they're going against second or third teamers or whatever.
Right.
But every offensive lineman is at least 5 to 6 yards down the field. I know maybe it's starters against those guys. I don't really care.
Yeah.
To me, it's a mindset for next week.
You're right. They just need some positivity. As you see, that's number 6 right there. Damon Johnson, he just had the last carry. Had a nice little run of 7 yards. First time we've seen him tonight.
Yeah, he was the captain last week.
And on second down, a quick pass, and just in and out of the hands of Goodlow. Nice pass there, just kind of a little bit off, but that's what you need to do.
Goodlow's just replacing that strong safety right there.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of got knocked off balance a little bit, which may have prevented him from bringing that one in.
But getting this rhythm and getting in sync with your wide receiver is something that Dunn probably hadn't had a lot of time with this week because Wheat was getting the repetitions as the number 1 quarterback, and then all of a sudden he's thrust into action after the injury. Now it's third down, and there's Johnson. He's going to get a first down. He's past midfield to about the 45-yard line. So East Ascension mounting a drive here late in the game. As you see, Johnson with the ball going right. Good job by the offensive line, getting a little bit of movement, and a first down for East Ascension. You talked about it earlier. They hadn't really gotten past midfield here tonight. This is probably their most impressive drive so far of the evening. You see the mud on the jerseys right there. I couldn't even tell who that guy was, but yeah, it's getting a little sloppy. Maybe another year or two of this before the turf gets installed. And on first down, another nice run by Johnson. So
Johnson says, I come in for like 4 plays, and I got more mud on me than anybody on the whole team.
Mm-hmm.
But he's running the ball hard right here.
Yeah, he is. And, you know, that's just hard running right up the middle, and nothing wrong with that. You see him right there. He hadn't even seen the field, and he's the dirtiest guy out there now. Of course, he's He's earned that mud because he's running hard right now. It's 2nd down and 3. Ball on the ground. It did not take a knee, and Johnson gets it again. He gets more yardage and another first down. Clock running down with about 4 minutes left to go in this game.
Good job there by Dunn. First of all, not putting that knee on the ground. And second of all, handing that ball off. He doesn't need to be running up in there. Give that ball to that running back. Let him do the job.
Yeah, because after Dunn, who knows what you got behind him. Because somebody's going to have to move up to that number 2 spot starting this week and next week against Dutchtown. And there's a reverse for about 4 or 5 yards, and that's Xavier Jupiter on the carry.
On the reverse.
Little bit of interesting extracurricular stuff there on the sidelines as you see him being taken down. A little bit rough right there, but no harm done. About 3 yards on the play. So, as we said, next week you have the big game, Dutchtown versus East Ascension.
And I'm not sure if this is starters coming in back for Catholic, but you know, most defensive coaches, they love to have that goose egg.
Exactly. And you have a timing pass downfield, and it's up for grabs and incomplete. Looked like Chopin trying to get that. So you mentioned they want to get the shutout, and decent pass downfield, but just up for grabs and incomplete. Chopin, they just can't get the ball to him downfield, and that's something they're going to have to work on if they want to be successful. There's I hear that there is a flag down. I believe I heard that from the public address, but no flag. 3rd down and 7. 3:22 left to go in the game. And downfield, and 2 guys down there, and Jupiter can't grab the ball. Also downfield right there, another receiver, and just maybe some miscommunication going on.
Got some communication problems right there because you got 2 guys going for the ball right there in one little spot.
That's number 17, Kane Sanchez. Really haven't talked about him much all season, and he and Jupiter both in the same vicinity, and now it's going to be 4th down. And probably the last opportunity for East Ascension to get points on the evening. They're going to drop to 2-2 on the season, 0-1 in district play after this game here tonight, and that's the end of that series.
Well, that's been the consistency of that series because almost every snap was ankle high to Dunn.
Yeah,
and that one rolled back to him. You know, you want to blame it on the center, you can, but, you know, balls I know are coming in as dry as can be, but you lay it on the ground, you never know, you know, what you're going to get out of the deal.
Right. So it's 1st and 10, and now Catholic pretty much just going to run out the clock here, I'm sure. And we can take this time maybe to talk about the other game of the week next week, the Friday night game, and that's going to be Sandoval versus Woodlawn. And then all of a sudden, that game didn't really seem too interesting, maybe at the beginning of the season. But now all of a sudden, Woodlawn versus Sandoval, probably a matchup between 1-0 teams in district. That could have a lot of say in the postseason.
Yeah, Sandoval's at McKinley tonight.
Right. They were winning last we heard, but they had an extended delay as well. And you have Woodlawn with the victory over Dutchtown last night, 2nd down and 6. Shotgun formation and handoff up the middle. And cuts outside, will go out of bounds and stop the clock with 2:15 left to go. One thing about the district, as you see the carry there and on the replay, one thing about District 5-5A, Catholic is usually the top dog in district year in, year out in recent years. That number 2 and number 3 spot, especially with Woodlawn coming on strong like they are, that could be really up for grabs this season. Anybody could finish second, third. 2 through 5 could be anybody, just interchange them.
And, again, I'll say, you may come out second or third or fourth or whatever in district, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be head of the second, third, or fourth team in the power ratings, because it all happens. The non-district schedule wasn't near as strong or complete as you would normally have with 4 games, and then you have 5 district games.
Right.
Or 5 games and 4 district games.
And if you're playing teams for power rankings and then you lose all of a sudden your first 2 games, and that might have been one of your power ranking kind of games against a strong opponent, that could damage your power rankings coming into the postseason as well. So it's very unpredictable as you see some pushing and shoving downfield after a 1-yard gain. And so we're now approaching the final minute of this game. That's Chase Gray, number 2 on the carry for Chase Gray coming in at quarterback. Hadn't really mentioned him. He replaced O'Connor and Swack. O'Connor had a great game here tonight at quarterback for.
I'm all for him and the kicker. They did a heck of a job.
Right.
And then, you can just say the entire defense of Catholic High did a tremendous job tonight, not allowing East Ascension much at all.
And cracked down from behind. Good aggressive play there on defense by number 44 for the Spartans, Blake Thompson, senior linebacker, as we're now down to 37 seconds, and I don't think that Catholic High has to run another play. This might be the final play of the game right here as the clock is about to run out. So our final score will be 35-0 here tonight. And Catholic High with the win, they're going to improve to 2-2, so they're just getting to 500 after those 2 tough games against Carr and STM. Now, East Ascension, they're going to drop to 2-2, and then they have this big game that we've been talking about, and I can't wait to see that one next week, because I think it's going to be 2 evenly matched teams, as even as Dutchtown and East Ascension have been in years, I think.
Yeah, and our guys here with Andre and Chuck, did a great job. Yes, JT, my spotter here. Appreciate it, Jeff. Enjoyed it immensely. You see the traditional handshake, what you have the virus handshake now.
Yep. And so that's just kind of interesting to see. And so, but that's going to do it here for our game here tonight. And so I'd like to thank everybody as well, and good job, and thanks for everybody sticking out the delay and everything and coming back for the rest of this game. Our final score, Catholic High 35, East Ascension 0. And so that'll end it for our broadcast here tonight. Thanks for staying with us. Thanks for sticking around in the rain. Thanks for everybody who's watching on tape delay on EATEL. We're glad to bring these games to you every week, and that's going to do it. So 35-0 is our score, and you've been watching the EATEL Game of the Week.
Good job, bro.